Happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome to round 2 of Hyperdrive Season 7. Of course, a new era now, isn't it, of Formula 1 esports. And, of course, we are in the Chinese Grand Prix. We missed this race last season, didn't we, from both PB and an ALR standpoint. But tonight we have returned to the International Shanghai circuit. Brilliant track it is indeed, isn't it? Of course, we have had a lot of history around here as well. I think first raced in 2004-ish, stuff like that. Same with Bahrain as well, isn't it? Which has been our first 2 venues of the Season 7 calendar. Denzo has got a qualifying ban for being a naughty driver, so he's not going to be taking part as another driver as well. He's got a quality ban as well. But unfortunately, I've not read all the parish notices, which is shameful on my side then. First driver out on tracks is Danger Times then, who Danger Times is Danger Times is a rival, or former rival, I should say, in the form of Milan. Is on a supreme start to Division 2, isn't he? He's had 2 Grand Prix wins in succession now, hasn't he? And that's not that is not Danger Times, that is Epic the animal. Shocking there. I got to get me Specsavers on the go, haven't I? But yes, just talking about Division 2 then, absolutely incredible stuff from Milan over the past couple of races. 2 wins from 2 now, Milan is. Impressive stuff indeed there. He's sitting into that for a fantastically well, like a glove, and really doing a great job there. Young likes a driver who's not taking part in qualifying either. So great stuff indeed there from Milan. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Of course, we also had Harry, who has also been driving in Hyperdrive, and I think he's the first driver in the very young Hyperdrive era to win in the same season, in the same venue at 2 consecutive divisions. There, of course, he won in a division. Did he win in Division 5 and 4 during the week? Absolutely supreme stuff indeed. Then, as we are down the back straight, the 1.5 kilometer back straight, or is it 1.2? I don't really know. In the Drivers' Championship, it looks like this at the moment. Hang on, I've got something in my teeth. In the Drivers' Championship, it looks something like this, and it says Blaze, who is leading the way at the moment. Fantastic stuff for Blaze there. He is absolutely loving life. Last 2 races, 1-2 from 2 there, Blaze, hasn't he? Absolutely put the pressure right on Epic, right until the final stage of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Absolutely supreme stuff indeed there. And yes, indeed, these 20 drivers are being described as aliens there. Epic second at the moment. Emerson third in the championship, the double world champion with Danger Times in 4th, Percy is 5th, Pillars in 6th position there, Troy 7th, Sully in 8th position, Chaz in 9th, and Gurman, the reigning defending champion, in 10th position as well. Denzo's got a -3 deficit at the moment in the Constructors' Championship. McLaren leads 37 points. They are the defending Constructors' Champions on 37 points, 28 points there for the Williams team, and unfortunately the Williams drivers absolutely destroyed the Pirelli polystyrene board there, so they're going to be absolutely devastated with that, aren't they? And unfortunately, Epic might be a bit more devastated because he is ruined this lap there, and he's going to have to come back in the pits. I don't want to go there. Epic, I thought he was going to drive into the tyre wall there, as he is just trying to get himself back on the circuit for an escape road. But that is a shame now for Epic, unfortunately. We got 3 cars currently out on circle at the moment now, and here comes Andengen, who's down the back straight and carrying on the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes on 15 points, Ferrari is on 8, 7 for Aston Martin, 5 for Alfa Romeo, 2 for Red Bull, AlphaTauri on -3 then. So there's a lot of minus points being dished out quite early on in the Hyperdrive, isn't there? So that's hopefully that's not the sign of things to come, is it? As we just got Anden starting his lap as well. Joint Constructors' Championship looks like this. Red Bull are 4 away from the 200 mark already. They've started off supremely well, Red Bull out there. Absolutely mega stuff indeed there. 196 points then. 154 for Ferrari. 10 points in front of the McLaren team. Anden is really struggling now as the track is very dirty offline, which I'm quite surprised by, as there's been 6 incredible, grueling races around here over the past week there. Well, 6 in total. Incredible. Well, so if you include the Formula 2 race from yesterday as well, perhaps 7 races. Anden, he is in the wall. He is out of qualifying now, and we see him getting a bit skittish there. And Anden is in the wall, and yes, that perilous second sector is really causing all kinds of drama so far. I'm trying to get through the championship here, but it's not going too well at all, is it there? But that is 2 drivers that have made mistakes on their opening couple of laps. Here comes Gurman. Loving new home, by the way, from Gurman. Absolutely fantastic stuff indeed. Good. Going back to the joint constructor, McLaren are 10 10 points away from the Ferrari team now, which I thought Ferrari would be supreme. Fourth position is the Alpine team, 5 points in front of the AlphaTauri in 5th. Mercedes are in 6th position, Alfa Romeo 7th. Williams are in 8th position, Haas in 9th, and Aston Martin we're on board with now in 10th position now. And I think I've done all my old bits and pieces now, so I can now relax and can't I, and enjoy the stream. On board with German at the moment then, and he is just going across the second sector as well. Look how dusty it is offline now, and we can see why we've had a couple of major incidents already there. Of course, Epic is luckily still in the event then, but unfortunately Anden is out of qualifying. He is going to be started near the back of the field, which is quite devastating indeed. Let's go to the comments then, as German now is cutting around turn 13 as well. Down this long straight, and this is where I'm expecting most of the overtaking to happen in the Chinese Grand Prix later on tonight. Then, of course, so we got a full qualifying schedule in front of us. We're qualifying 1, 2, and 3. First qualifying session, we're going to be losing 5 drivers, albeit we've already lost 3 of them, depending on if we lose any more. But so far, it's 3 drivers. We're aiming to lose another 2 in this event. Then, out of final turn now for German, runs wide there, invalidates his time. I'm not sure if he invalidated before or not, but I only just noticed that. Sully is thinking about the intermediate tyres there. I must say, I was expecting the forecast in China to be a lot more unpredictable than what it's been here in Hyperdrive, but it really hasn't it? And we've only had a couple of races of rain, haven't we? Of course, the end to was it Division 3 or 4? I can't remember. There's too many of them now, isn't it? Goodness me. But it rained towards the end, and it was an absolute cracker end, wasn't it? Incredible stuff indeed there. As Dylan there was talking us through the action. Incredible stuff indeed there. On board with Emerson there, the double world champion, as he is hacksawn away down the back end, trying to overtake the front now for Emerson, as he is down the back straight now. 2 DRS zones around this circuit, and just under halfway down this back 1 kilometre ish straight, then of course up the start finish straight as well, down into 14 as well. 15 is a nothing corner, really. I don't even know why it's classed as a corner, but there we go. And then into turn 16 as well. And 16, it can really win or lose you that lap. Then Emerson is the first driver to go across the line to complete a time of 1:31.322 there. Lovely stuff indeed. Not last season, the season before qualifying's time then, we didn't see much because it was a rain-affected qualifying session now. So it was a 1:42. But if we go back to the season before, it was Milan who got pole position the season before there for 29, and so we're about 2 seconds off the pace then of qualifying a couple of seasons ago then. But Emerson is the first driver then to put a time on the board then. What about German? Well, German's coming back into the pit lane, of course, so we all remember that infamous pit lane there for any Lewis Hamilton fans there. It still haunts me to this day now. Liam, of course, also on circuit as well. Liam, a Division 3 driver. He is now dipping his toe into Division 1, and we're on board with Liam, and he is going down the back straight in the Ferrari as well. Let's go to the comments. Lights saying, hey, Sean, Lights here, then Jeff the Slayer says, Sean is back then. Indeed, then. We have also got Troy saying, needing the first race error with no traction control, sorry. OMG. Paige Baguette, Jesus. Good luck, Troy. Jeff is saying, and Ayrton, hello, Sean, hello. We've got a Haas car off the circuit down into turn 6. Liam goes second fastest, a couple of tenths away at the moment there. It's Daunton there, who has had a bit of a difficult start, hasn't he, to Hyperdrive, or he's had a bit of a difficult Bahrain Grand Prix, hasn't he, but I'm expecting him to bounce back because his credentials speak for themselves there. Here's Percy, who is fourth in the championship last season, the best helmet design in my opinion there, the lovely salmon pink there, out of the final turn now, and he goes across the line, goes third fast at the moment there, 700 a second away. Then what about his teammate Epic the Animal? This is his second by the cherry, and this time he does complete a time now. He hasn't spun off, and he goes fastest as well. Epic the Animal would like to get 2 pole positions in a row here, this season, which would be an incredible start indeed. Then we have got Keza saying hello. Then any Mercs supporters here? Then pick them in the fancy if that counts. Jeff is saying, and of course the fancy applies to Division 1, 2, and 3, of course, and indeed then, and of course. You get to pick 3 drivers, don't you? And you also get to pick the constructors as well. Danger Times there. Good time indeed there for Danger Times to start right off. And he finished 4th in the Bahrain Grand Prix last Sunday. So he is going second fast one, and 5 times are on the board there. Remember that we've only got 8 minutes then to whittle this down to a 15-car field then for qualifying 2. Here's Blaze then, who was incredible in Bahrain. Was he just sat behind Epic, didn't he? And was he playing games, or was he just was that just a seat of the pants kind of overtake there? Whatever the case may be, it was an absolutely cracking Grand Prix. That one's going to live long in the memory. Here comes Mr. Elite then, accelerating out of 14. Then we're on board with the Red Bull drivers right now, clipping it into a 16. And let's see what you can do then. Oh, is Slayer saying no, he actually picked McLaren, not Mercedes then. So Danger Time, he'd be happy with Danger Time's performance so far, because he is second fastest now. Blaze is just about to set a time. Now. There he is there, who is in the middle part of the lap as well. And there he is, and he's coming up into the 14 as well. And look at how dusty it is offline here in China. And he's got a McLaren position very nicely indeed at Danger Times there. And that's a lovely slipstream here from Blaze. A lovely over-the-shoulder shot here as well from the McLaren team. And I think that we've seen Danger Times veer off the racing line. Perfect slipstream there. And I wonder if McLaren's, if that is a bit of a rehearsal for qualifying 3. The McLaren team got a super team this season with Blaze and Danger Times there. I'm expecting both drivers being qualifying 3, but it's so unpredictable as Blaze goes fastest there by 5 thousandths of a second. This is ridiculous already, isn't it? I'm going to have to lean forward, and I might have to buy a bigger TV, or maybe buy a chair that could sit me closer to the screen then, because gosh, this is going to be it's going to be down to the thousandths, I feel, in this one there. Great stuff indeed there, but look at that, 31-0 for the top 3 so far. Impressive stuff. And German there, who is down the back straight then. Of course, he had a bit of a difficult start, didn't he? But Bahrain in history for German has never been the kindest of tracks, has it for German? So I think that it'd be interesting to see how he gets on in the next couple of races or so. Serious Russia, come on, Alpha Terry, wipe that Merc off their face. And I love the pun indeed. Good stuff. Out of the final turn there for the Aston Martin. Of course, they are last in the joint constructors at the moment, and that was a live snippet of the joint constructors as well. Since last night, of course. And German is gone at 6 fastest so far, 6/10 of a second away from the party at the top of the field at the moment now. Sully then going into 16 there on the power as well. Lovely stuff indeed then out of the final turn, and Sully goes 4 fastest there for 31 there. Slayer saying then love Division 1. Yes, lads, already in the 30s, and it's incredible, isn't it? I think that and this track is not even rubbered in yet. It's very green out there, and I don't mean green as in the Aston Martin. I mean green as in it is, as in the track is going to be pretty dirty, isn't it? So the drivers have got to lay some rubber down then, and they are doing just that now. Then, of course, Pirelli rubber likes to be on Pirelli rubber, and of course that is where you get the best of the grippy conditions there, down into the hairpin as well. This track is very painful on the Oda tires as well. Strategy is going to be key, as it normally is in every other Grand Prix in hyperdrive, but this one though, I feel that the drivers probably do know the strategies. I'm sure they do. They've probably done a lot of strategical runs out, just testing the tires and seeing what they can do. They probably even had a look at the lower divisions as well, and seeing what their peers were doing in the lower divisions, and probably getting a baseline of seeing how it's going. And of course, there's also going to be weather a factor as well. I already mentioned then that the weather around here has not been. I was expecting it to be raining for majority of the week, but it hasn't been. It's only rain affected a couple of races, which is a couple more than Bahrain. But remember, only rains 12 days a year in Bahrain. I love that little stat, which I'm going to take with me wherever I go. Of course, it's the most useless bit of information I have. Well, then actually, because I'm sure I've got a little more useless information as well. We're on board Sloth at the moment in the Alpine car, and going into in this sector, and the tires just get so overheated in this part of the circuit there. And if you've got to control those tire temperatures, otherwise you're just going to lose grip, lose time then, and you'll be spinning back to front and all kinds of things. You'll be driving on ice, and that's not what you want, is it? I think the 2012 race around here, remember Kimi Raikkonen went for a 2-stopper. Everyone else was on a 3, weren't they? And it really hurt loads this Kimi Raikkonen towards the end of that race there, where he was just tumbling down the order, unfortunately. Down the back straight then. Down the back straight then, Cirrus Mushroom. Kez is saying a low 30, probably a 29 is going to be the perfect lap. Then Cirrus Mushroom saying I'm betting a late 29 if it stays dry. Then a 29.9 is Cirrus Mushroom's accurate prediction. Impressive stuff indeed there, guys. I must say I'll not be that brave to predict that. And look, the Alpine team now driving superbly well together at the moment. Chazza goes fast as well. Chazza was a bit of an elusive man, wasn't he, in Bahrain, wasn't he? Which is he did get points there, so and points do mean prizes, don't they? Of course, we do have the longest ever World Championship this season as well. We go to a new venue from tomorrow night onwards. Of course, Hyperdrive just comes at you thick and fast, doesn't it? We're going to Saudi Arabia tomorrow night. I am looking forward to that. So 27 turns around that monstrous circuit there. We had an epic race, didn't we, in the actual world of Formula 1 there? But Hyperdrive Fed is going to be a new beginning there as well. A silly Sly guy who reportedly had some major issues there with the car in Bahrain. Now I think there was damage to the floor and all kinds of things. And for Sly guy, hopefully he can have a more cleaner run tonight then. And at the moment he is fast there and just a fraction in front of Chaz as well. These times are ridiculous already. Here comes Daunton then as he is just trying to warm up those tires as well. Young Lights and Denzo all out qualifying at the moment. Knowles, he has appeared out of the garage as well as he is a super tonight as he gave up his seat, didn't he, very graciously in the Aston Martin in Division 2 for Andenge, who has returned, not Andenge, sorry, there's too many A's in my life, isn't there? Daunton's back in the pits here, and he may not get a time on the board here, so Daunton then out of qualifying here, and that's a surprise in of itself, I think, with 1 minute and 3/4 to go, and that is a shame indeed. And here's at Nosey, Mr. Lee is also on the cusp as well, and can you believe it, the likes of Percy, Liam, are also going to be sweating, and is German and Cart Boy as well. Goodness me, that's how tight these times are. And on board Nosey down the far end of the circuit. Right, let me quickly catch up, shall I? Whereas Slayer is saying 29.8, I'm calling it then. Serious Russian saying a 29.9 then. The sort of times they'll be doing now was my Q1 pacer, so I don't think we'll see a 29 Keza is saying then. We're just as Menace Max saying a 30.2 then. What happened to Denzo? Ariel saying Denzo's got a qualifying ban then for being a naughty driver then. Unfortunately, he's also got -3 on his driving license as well, unfortunately. So that is a shame. And Liam just confirming that. Goodness gracious me, then you guys are very chatty tonight, and I absolutely love indeed. We've got a new follower as well. Thank you very much, Calsbrook. Lovely stuff indeed then. As Sarah saying, I always think of Vettel's double pit lane pass when we come to China then. Whereas Kez saying, what happened to young Denzo and Andenge? Andenge spun, yes he did spin, and he went to the barrier quite heavily. Nosey out the final turn, and Nosey goes 15 fastest there, and at the moment there, that may not be, that is just about enough to get him out there. But Mr. Elite, he's found 2/10 second. It's not enough to get him through at the moment now for the Red Bull driver. So Andenge out of qualifying. Den's got a qualifying ban, as his lights as well. Daunton, unfortunately, has called it a day, and he's out of qualifying as well. What about Mr. Elite then? What can he do then? Look at the understeer on that Red Bull there. That car refused to get his nose in there. He is improved by 2/10 of a second, but it's not enough. 1 minute to 1 second to go. Then the checker flag is fluttering here in the breeze in China. Of course, there's a Sloth who is also in the pits as well. So has Mr. Elite got anything left in the piggy bank? Then we'll just have a look then. Percy, who's down in 14th position there, he is one of the pre-season favourites. I was saying at the beginning of the broadcast in Bahrain. Well, at the moment he's down in the 14th position now, but he doesn't need to use these tires, and they might be a good, lovely scrub set then for qualifying too. We'll talk about the chatter in qualifying too in just a few minutes time as well. Then as Maki oh gosh, I apologise. Malka's saying then Team Danger then. Good 17 also. Thank you very much for the follow. Fantastic 17. Calsbrook, hashtag Team Danger Times as well. Lovely stuff indeed then. Yes indeed, Danger Times is going to be loving this then. I don't know, he is 5th fastest one then. Percy going 7th fastest there in the Williams car. Much better time there for much better time indeed then. So he's right in the thick of things as well. Sly Guy is improved his time, and he's now 602nd in front of Chazza, who is second moment, but Ferrari are fastest at the moment now, and that's exactly what Sly Guy wants then, as he has not scored any points so far, so he's got a bit of catching up to do, but luckily for Sly Guy, we've got 24 Grand Prix this season, haven't we? It is a proper maxed out schedule. It is indeed, then of course the drivers are going to be going from China to Saudi Arabia next week then of course. Then we go to down under for the Australian Grand Prix. Elite improves by another 0.2 seconds there, and he goes on to a 32.3 there, but unfortunately that is him out of qualifying then for qualifying one, unfortunately. Incredible stuff indeed. That so just now on board with on board now with Mr. Elite. Then let's just take a look then. So you're fast then by 67 hundredths of a second. Impressive stuff indeed. Out of qualifying, and Denjo went to the wall quite heavily in the Alfa Romeo. Denzo had a qualifying ban, as did Young Lights as well. Daunton in 17th position and Mr. Elite in 16th position. Those are the bottom 5 drivers then in this qualifying one time, and the whole field is separated by 1.6 seconds. That is ridiculous. That is closer than the average field spread in the actual world of Formula One. Oh, incredible stuff indeed then. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. We've got Team Danger Times in the comments there. Lovely stuff indeed. And of course, thank you all for joining. Thank you all for giving up your Sunday night as well then to join us on what is going to be an absolutely incredible ride indeed then. This one tonight is going to be purely about strategy. I would hazard a guess then. Remember that, remember in a couple of, I think it was 2011 where Lewis Hamilton pitted. No, he had an extra set of, didn't he have an extra set of hard tyres there? And Vettel was 4 laps shy of winning that Grand Prix, but Hamilton came through to win that race. Very impressive stuff indeed then, wasn't it, in 2011. And Sarah also mentioned that he needed the double overtake that Vettel had in the pit lane here. Then I think one of them was on Hamilton as well, wasn't there? So it got very feisty coming into the pit. It's not as feisty as the Ferrari team there, as Alonso overtook his teammate Massa, which I don't think Massa was too proud of, was he now? So qualifying 2 now then, and in this qualifying 2 session now, there is this, if you get into qualifying 3, you have to start on those tyres which you set your fastest time on, of course, and I think that the medium tyres would definitely be the preferred race tyre, I would hazard a guess then. And Epic is out on the medium tyres, and we've got soft tyres then for Percy and Germiner. Those two had to have a second bite of the cherry, so I'm wondering if those two drivers have gone on a scrub set then. Emerson also on the soft tyres as well, whilst Liam has gone straight onto the medium tyres. Remember, the track is going to get better and better around here, so the track conditions is just going to ramp up and be quicker in this qualifying session now as well. Then, of course, the fastest the track would be theoretically is at the end of the qualifying session, wouldn't it? There's not a cloud in the sky at the moment, as it is a beautiful day out there. I might get my old speedos on in a minute there and go out for a bit of a sunbathe as well, as Lucas Percy has just overtaken his teammate there. Williams and also that's German there flying past. We're going to leave Epic to it for now then, as Epic is just sorting himself out there. I'm not sure if Epic would have wanted 2 cars in front of him there, but he did not want to stress those tyres, and this is a very tyre dependent circuit, this one is, isn't it? So just as draw fast as say, and then there's a Pillars quit because he couldn't handle the competition there, just so everyone knows that. Oh goodness gracious me, I hope Pillars aren't quit then. I must admit that I've been a bit out of the loop in the last couple of days, but I think that Pillars probably is probably has some other bits and pieces he needs to do on this Sunday. Percy, you got flicking it into turn 1, and well then of course turn 1 tightens on you as well, doesn't it there? And you can see it just gets slower and slower then. This is very much this is a very brutal turn. These a couple of turns are to open the lap, then these tyres are just going to be screaming right from the get-go. Out of turn 3 as well then, and at turn 4 then. Now of course the kink of 5 is a nothing turn really, into turn 6 as well then, braking down into second gear 50 miles an hour then, before getting back onto the loud pedal and accelerating back up the hill as well at 7 and 8 then. Once again then, more long corners then as well, and it just builds up the thermal wear in these tyres, doesn't it? This is not what you want as a driver there. This is where you've really got to calm those tyres out as well. You've seen the Percy, the car was trying to overtake the front, the back here was trying to overtake the front of the Williams there, and Percy had to correct the slide then, which is going to lose some time, but I think this is a scrub set of soft tyres, I would say. He has gone purple in the second sector, albeit because all the times have been wiped from qualifying 1 there. And Percy down the back straight there as well. I think he's backed off here. He has indeed backed off. So as we've got a Mercedes crawling as well. German there has not backed off, so let's go on board of him as well. Sarah saying turn 1 and 2 here are my favourite corners on the calendar. Probably going to get hate for that. Goodness me. Gosh, Sarah. I think to be honest, I'm surprised. They're very what's that? Frustrating corners. Those turn 1, 2, and 3 corners. I must say then. So yes, I'll be surprised. I think you might get a bit booed out of the old comments there, Sarah. Then because I must say I get so frustrated with 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here. Epic has gone fastest on medium tires, and German second, and Percy in third position. At Percy, we see him now backing off at turn 13 now. As Percy, I think, was going for a side tire lap, wasn't he? We got McLaren out of the final turn, and I'm on with the Ron McLaren. It's danger time, saying who's second fastest on soft tires there. Of course, unfortunately, the graphic doesn't show us if it is scrub sets or a new set of tires. Then I'd assume it's a scrub set though. Emerson now doing a blistering lap of a 1:48. I think one of my favourite turns on the calendar is definitely 11 and 12 in Australia, which are coming up to in a couple of races' time. But of course, if you get it wrong, you're going to go off in a major way there, aren't you? So it can be very frustrating, but if you get it right, it's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? Sweet as a nut then. Carboy there, DRS down the back straight, and he's still got a bit of battery power in that AlphaTauri, as we mentioned already. Carboy has been in the AlphaTauri for a couple of seasons now, isn't he? He's very much he's becoming a part of furniture in the AlphaTauri garage, isn't he? Fran Toss there is probably going to be very much on his Christmas card list. And Kez is saying that it is definitely the scrub soft tires. It is, and I think that's a very good shout indeed. It does look like it, doesn't it? But however, as much as I've commentated a lot on on old Formula One there, I think 7 seasons now, I still wouldn't really know there, but because I'm not, I don't really, I must admit, sometimes I just struggle to understand the sport there, but all I do know is that I absolutely love the, all I know is I just love fast cars. And Crazy Bill, unfortunately, is not going to be able to complete this lap there because this lap will be deleted there. So he's going to back off and have another go. But that is a costly error for Crazy Bill, who looked very much in the thick of things, didn't he, in the Bahrain Grand Prix just over a week ago. It was a shame now that I think it just went a bit awry, didn't it? But Alpine now looking strong, weren't they? Of course, they were finished last in the Constructors' Championship, unfortunately, last season on Sunday. But I feel that there is bright things to come there. The chicane in Australia I like to call the danger zone then. Kez is saying I hate that chicane now. Hit the wrong whoops that you're gone is hit the wrong whoops that you're gone is the chicane at Australia then. Yep, only takes a slight error and you're gone. Australia can KD saying Australia can go away then. But yeah, George, I do like the chicane because when you get it right, it's absolutely beautiful. But I gotta say, if you do 28 laps or 29 laps around there, or whatever, how many laps there are around Australia, I'll probably only get it right once in the blue moon. So probably every 28 laps I'll get it right once, and then apart from that I'm in the wall a lot then. But when you get it right there, it does make you feel so happy, doesn't it? Kez saying I like Australia except that chicane, and scary chicane more than Canada's. And of course I'd say that the world champions in Canada has been sanitised over here. They keep edging that wall back really. I reckon they should edge it forward then really, personally. Remember in 99 in Canada we had 3 or 4 champions in the world there, Jacques Villeneuve, Damon Hill, and surprisingly Michael Schumacher, who was very much leading that race as well, looking very comfortable indeed then, was the Schumacher. But unfortunately wasn't to be. Mika Hakkinen took the Grand Prix back then as well. France had a quite horrific shunt as well there. Sly Guy is looking very much on form tonight, isn't he, in the Ferrari? He has gone faster so far on a 31.8 there for the Ferrari. Lovely stuff indeed there. He went purple all the way around the circuit as well. Sly Guy is looking very much on it like a car bonnet right from the get-go. And that is going to be very ominous in his rivals' ears. Rivals there. Epic is going to be concerned about that. I think Danger Times and Sully may be concerned about this as well. But I'm absolutely loving it there. Bring it on, I say. Bring it on then. As Sarah trying to say, Katie, how can you not like it? You're awesome American there. Nice lap there from Sly Guy. Menace Max is saying it's a beautiful lap indeed, wasn't there? 7 minutes ago in this qualifying session. We're about half distance in this qualifying 2 session as well. Thank you very much for the comments as well. Keep on coming in there, ladies and gents as well. Out of the final turn there, Sloth almost out of track limits there, but kept it just about on the tarmac. He's across the line for passes there, and that's another good time indeed there. I'd say that the track conditions are starting to ramp up quite impressively now, aren't they? Here's Crazy building. Lovely shot then from the letterbox of the rear wing of the Alpine, or is it Alplan? I'm not too sure these days. But breaking down into 14 here before accelerating away. Of course, turn 14 in Abu Dhabi in Saudi Arabia the week's time. I am looking forward to Saudi Arabia. I should be talking about China, but I'm looking forward to that new circuit in Saudi Arabia. Crazy Bill across the line goes 5th fastest. A great time indeed there. Look at these times there. 3-2-1, 3-2-1, 3-2-1 from Danger Time, Sloth and Crazy Bill. That is crazy indeed there. Emerson across the line to start his lap as well. Troy is on a lap as well. The former silver champion then. Car 70, Aston Martin and teammate to German there. Troy is once again. Troy has got a world champion in the across the garage from in there. Oh goodness me, they've gone the power a bit too much. So you have to be very delicate on the throttle pedal around here, because you may be going rear over front there, and that's not what you want, is it? But that is going to lose Troy an abundant amount of time, and I'm sure that the rear tires are going to be screaming hot again. It's quite a hot day here in Shanghai at the moment there, isn't it? So this is not going to help the drivers at all. You would probably rather have a cool overcast race here. We do not know the weather pattern out there at the moment, do we? But that's what I like, really. I do like it when I do not know the weather. Fantastic indeed. Sarah's looking forward to Cheddar, saying I can't get on with it. Slayer is saying that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Cheddar as well. I really am. Is German there, and another team using Slipstream down this back straight here. Of course, it's a 1.2 or 1.5 there. It's Troy getting a bit squirrely on the old rear posterior there. There is a couple. I think that Troy can go faster, because there's a couple of traction zones where he possibly should have been a bit more delicate on the old throttle input then, says the ginger one in the commentary box, who can't even navigate around Shanghai at all then. Emerson goes 6th fastest on a 32.2 there in the Mercedes car for the double world champion. But is that going to be safe? I don't think it is, to be honest. We got Epic has gone on soft tyres here. That's interesting, because I thought the soft tyres drivers are going to be staying well away from, but maybe I'm wrong then, and I love being wrong, because I'm wrong. If I don't like being wrong, then I'm going to be hating a lot of the time then, isn't I? Because I am wrong a lot of the time. But yes, I didn't expect anyone to be thinking about the soft tyres. But is track position king around here, or is it strategy? That long back straight then, whether it's 1.2 or 1.5, I get it mixed up with Fiji. No, Fuji, not Fiji. Fiji's a country, isn't it? Oh goodness gracious me, I need to get my geography on the go again, don't I? But Fuji, I think the Fuji is 1.5, isn't it? And then I think that this straight here is 1.2 kilometres long then. We've just seen Sully. I apologise to Sully, because I missed that completely. He's gone 2nd fast in the Alfa Romeo, and then Danger Times go faster still then on a 31.8, and these times are starting to really ramp up now in the McLaren Mercedes, and that just sounds beautiful, doesn't it? McLaren Mercedes, and he is fastest by oh my goodness me, by less than just over 4 thousandths of a second now. It's ridiculous, isn't it, these times? I absolutely love it. And Crazy Bill's retired from the session. He's in 7th position now. Sloth is retired from the session as well. Chazza has overstepped the mark there. He almost said a Maldonado. I don't mean Welsh Maldonado, I mean Pastor Maldonado. But when there's two Maldonados in the world, it gets very confused indeed, doesn't it? Percy down the back straight, but he's lost 0.2 seconds. So we're going to stick with Chazza for now as he's wrestling this Red Bull. Then in the middle part of that, we have German, who I think is out on circuit somewhere, and he's having out by the cherry. And here comes Chazza. Nolsey is currently in the pits, and Liam is emerged onto the track as well. 3 minutes to go in this session, and this is going to get very hot in the next couple of minutes or so then. Oh goodness me then. Kev saying I can't do sector 1 then. Sarah saying I can't I can't get on with it either then. Sarah's Rush saying I might do a Cheddar backwards then. Goodness me. I'm not looking forward to driving it, but I am looking forward to commentating on it, because I think it's going to be an absolute one. It's going to be a crazy race. I love crazy races. Chazza goes 4th fastest. Good stuff there from Chazza. That should see him safely through into qualifying at number 3, perhaps, potentially. German there, a 2/10 second up then, but that car is a very light on fuel. 2 3/4 minutes to go in this qualifying session now. Liam, in the Ferrari there. There's one of the Ferraris is cruising in the background. Sly Guy has gone on the soft tyres, and interesting development here. I love it. Fantastic. KD, I have mixed feelings about Jeddah then, but I'm starting to like it, to be honest. Good luck tonight, lads, as well, from Nigel as well. Of course, Nigel started off the season quite nicely in Division 4. Oh, goodness me. And a German now who's coming into the pits. He is not safe by any stretch of imagination with 2 minutes to go in this qualifying session now. This is going to get very interesting indeed. We're going to see a lot of tears, I think, in this qualifying 2 session. McLaren 1-2 at the moment now. So anyone who's got McLaren in their fantasy team, they're going to be overjoyed with this. I like Jeddah. I do enjoy driving on it as well, but unfortunately I'm a bit slow. But there we go. But driving the track, if you get sector 1 perfect, it is an absolute delight. Then it's very much like Australia, the chicane of 11 and 12, really, isn't it? If you get it right, it's a joy, but it's very rare, isn't it, where you get it right. So we have got Emerson, who's on the cusp, and Percy is on the cusp. Well, Percy's out of qualifying at the moment. Then Troy, Cartboy, Liam, and Knowlesy all out of qualifying at the moment. But no, Percy is confirmed he's not taking part in qualifying anymore. He is out at the moment now, and that is that's not good there for Percy. Then Knowlesy's out of qualifying as well. We've lost 2 here in the matter of minutes here. So we got Troy and Cartboy. Emerson is trying to defend his position as well, but Emerson and German in the last 2 seasons on a Sunday have of course racked up 3 of the championships, hasn't he? In the 3 of the last the 2 what am I saying now? In the last 3 seasons, both those drivers have racked up all the championships available, haven't they? On a Sunday, then Emerson and German have, and at the moment they are both looking very precarious, aren't they? Both German and Emerson are. Like, good grief there. Liam then out of turn 13 and gone very wide. Liam has then. I wonder if he just likes to do the Mark Webber line there, where he likes to vault the car up in the air. And we've got a Ferrari Sly Guy who is on the soft tyres here. I don't think he's completing a lap here, Sly Guy is, and he is doing a very good thing for his teammate Liam. He is giving him a slipstream down the back straight. That's great teamwork there. Liam, of course, driving for Ferrari in Division 3 normally, so of course he has got a vested interest as well, because the joint constructor is very important to the drivers. I'm sure of it. They're important to me. So come on, Ferrari, across the line now, Liam. It's not good enough though. It's only good enough for 12 fastest on this day in history, and that's a bit unfortunate as well. I see the Mercedes in the background there. It wasn't Mercedes, it was Cartboy who's I think who's Troy, snap of oversteer there in the Aston Martin there, and that car is looking very skittish there, isn't there? And that may be a handful in the race as well. Because the car would probably be at its best there when it's a lighter fuel at the moment there. Goodness me. And as a Sly Guy, my pick for Division 1 then, Search Rush 31 on medium tyres, cheesers there. Goodness gracious me then. As German wants P11 and Sly Guy absolutely helping at Liam then, Kez is saying that's a great teamwork indeed, wasn't there? Troy on the middle sector, he's found 3 times per second, almost in the second split time. Where is that in the ballpark? He needs to find a bit more time now, because if he wants to displace Emerson or German now, German, you've already heard, he wants to get that P11, and can his teammate helping out here then? Is that Liam is invalid this time now. We've got Cardboys a 10th a second up in the second split time, which is not enough either at the moment then. We got Troy down the back straight then, and where is he going to break then? Look at this, and there are the brake marker boards, and look at that, just on the 100-meter board. Absolutely incredible accuracy here out of 14 then, and now coming into the final turn as well, and he's got to clip that inside curve then. He does. Oh, that is inch perfect there from Troy. That is as sweet as a nut across the line. He comes. Is enough for 6th position on the grid there. Troy is through. Emerson has abandoned his time then, and he is going to be 10th on the grid at the moment. But what about Carboy? He is out of the final turn now. Look at this. We've got a bit of shade then. Is that going to help? I think Emerson's out qualifying here. No, he isn't. Carboy is out of qualifying, and he just couldn't find the last 3 tenths of a second then. So Emerson is through just about by the skin of the nose cone there. German got what he wanted. He got 11th position there. Absolutely mega stuff indeed then for German then. But whether that pays off in the race remains to be seen, of course, then, because I would still say in Formula 1 track position is king potentially then, but if your tyres have gone off, then that may also be a problem as well then. Because then, bang on P11 German, aha then. Troy's helmet is beautiful. And listen to you, I haven't spoken about anyone's helmet yet, I thought that's absolutely disgrace there. Oh my goodness me, look at that, the top 3 separated by less than 13 hundredths of a second there. Get used to it, because it's going to be like this all season long, isn't it there? And that's exactly what I'd like to see. Anyway, out of qualifying now. Knowles, he didn't get out of the garage then. I think he got caught short in the lavatory. 14th position is Liam in the Ferrari. 13th position is Carboy on soft tyres. 12th position is Percy. 11th position is German there. All of the top 10 are starting on the medium compound tyres, which I think is sensible indeed then. Well, all the top runners have done it, so it must be sensible indeed then. Serious question of Mystic German now, indeed. Oh, it's the NFL playoffs tonight. Oh, fantastic stuff. Unfortunately, I don't watch American football because I don't understand it. Because all I see is they throw the ball, they catch the ball, and then they do a lot of talking, and then they do a lot of scrumming, which I don't think it's called scrumming, is it? Because they do something else in American football, don't they? But there you go. It's above my head. Then if it's anything about tactics and stuff like that, then that's something that I just don't understand. Then right then, but what I do understand is we've got 10 drivers going for pole position then for the Chinese Grand Prix, and it's Emerson going to be first out. No, it isn't there because it might be. No, listen, because I think that's Williams out on track first. Then right at the far end of the circle, it is indeed. It's Epic the Animal, all on soft tyres, and that's the quickest tyre in one lap trim. The soft tyre is definitely the way to go. Then of course, and I think the soft tyre around here is very much like a qualifying tyre because I think that in a race trim on full fuel, the soft tyres can only do about 5, 6, 7 laps, maybe. I don't know, but that I must admit that's the only laps I can get them. And then was the soft tyres. I struggled on the soft tyres in Division 6. Less said about the Tuesday race, the better, really, because I was falling like a stone. And also I blame Dave as well. They throw the ball, they catch the ball. As I say, I think it's a bit like rugby, really. It's also a bit like football. They kick the ball, they kick the ball here and there, don't they? There's 22 drivers, 22 players that just running around, don't they? I wish we had 22 drivers on the grid. I wish we had 26 personally, because I think Formula 1 needs more teams. I was saying, as much as I am excited about the rumours about Audi and oh no, and Porsche, I've forgotten who it was then, Porsche coming into Formula 1, I'd rather them come in as their own teams, really, rather than buy out a McLaren or something like that, which is the rumours at the moment, isn't there? Or on a partnership with the Red Bull team in 2026, but I would prefer if they come in as their own team then, so we can have 2 extra teams on the grid, because I don't think 10 teams is enough for me. There we go then. Just saying, American football is rugby with pads, and the big sissies out Nolte can't compete with those times in China. So went for a bathroom break, sure then. I knew it. I knew he's in the lavatory, Nolte was then. Picked the animal across the line then, and he is going on board from now as well. He was pole position this time last week, wasn't he? Let's see what he could do this time around then. Katie, I know. That is our football is, and I do not, I care not really. so Katie is accelerating winner. So I apologise as well to Katie if I offended him, but I must say I don't understand American football. I don't understand rugby, which to be honest, albeit you would think I've got the build for a rugby player. Unfortunately, I'm a bit fragile because if I get tackled, I run off the pitch screaming in agony, even if it's not even a proper tackle as well. But also last time I was playing rugby, unfortunately someone decided to tackle me, and they brought everything down, and unfortunately my bare bottom was on show. So less said about that the better, really. That was my one and only time I played rugby in a proper match. Apparently I was a hooker, which I have no idea what that was. I thought it was something else then, maybe something out of fishing. Epic is on the lap now, and let's talk about Epic, shall we? Let's not talk about me appalling rugby career. Out of turn 13 and down the back straight then as well. I must say, the drivers get a good opportunity to think here. This is where you're going to be just thinking about what Jeff is talking about and all that kind of stuff. And let's see as he comes down into the hairpin as well, Epic does, and breaking down into second gear, 44 miles an hour in the Williams car now, getting on the loud pedal quite nicely indeed, then clipping it into the final couple of turns. Well, look at that then, that is absolute inch perfect, and it's a pole position on a 30.633. Lovely stuff. Oh, sorry, so flying coming into the pits, and Sly Guy said he's had enough of that lap then, so he's abandoned the time then. Sully out the final turn, then Sully across the line now. Sully is second fastest, 3/10 of a second away at the moment. I see a Mercedes, and the Mercedes is third faster, 30.9, 3/10 of a second away now. I think that's an Alpine, is it? It is an Alpine of Crazy Bill, but he's invalidated his time. Crazy Bill has it, and we've got a McLaren who's also crossing the line as well. But I think that McLaren there of Danger Time 10. I wonder if that soft is in a good opportunity here to maybe pinch a bit of a slipstream as well. Crazy Bill, who's invalidated this time as well, as we just got Blaze in front of him at the moment. So Danger Time is going to keep with at the moment. And as I just accelerated away out of the turn 3 there, as a Dob is saying then at Nausea, you have to practice more, laugh out loud then. I thought yours was Aussie rules, Serious Russian was saying then. Becca Everson Hilton, I think that's a picture of a giraffe there. Oh, it's a goat. Equal saying we have a bit of fire as well then. Good stuff indeed then. Aussie rules are their feet then. KD is saying, Ariel saying, you're a hooker, bit sus to me then. It is indeed then, of course. I'm always a bit sus. Very much, I'm one of those sussy persons there. Danger Times, who is in the middle part of the lap. Then good stuff indeed there from the Alpine to get out of the way. Then, but I bet that is very distracting. It's very good. It's very good of him to get out of the way. But I'm sure that is very distracting indeed. And Danger Times that is on his way nonetheless. Then down the back straight. Then Becker's telling Emerson to up his game, man. Then incredible stuff. Slayer saying, I see a 29.8 in someone's future. Then and look at that. Then there's Blaze and just using the slipstream of Blaze then to go into 14, accelerating away. Then Emerson, who's coming in the pits, then along with the other top two, is just Sully at the moment, and Epic the animal. Oh, Danger Times off. He's in the wall. No, he is. He's in the DRS side. Oh, goodness me. And well, he's got a time on the board there, and that's still a 3:19. That's still quicker than my time that I've ever done around here. So there we go. That still shows how incredible that time is there. Oh my word, there. That was a good save from Danger Times because I think that could have been very nasty, where he could have been out to qualify now. Unfortunately, he's just going to the DRS sign now, so don't worry about that. But the drivers may not be too appreciative of that. As Chaz has had enough, he's back in the pits then. So I'm not sure what's happened to Chaz, and I think he might have a technical gremlin on that Red Bull. So we're going to be on board then with Troy down the back straight. Let's see. Let's see what we can do then. Beck saying that's an impressive slipstream there. Didn't work though, as Dob is saying, oh no, Danger Times. Yeah, that's such a shame for Danger Times because I can't believe he's still done a 31.9 with 31.9 then. Incredible stuff indeed. Here's the onboard helmet. There's the onboard there for Troy, and a cracking helmet indeed. He's gone full fast around there. Troy has Ferrari in the background. A Sly Guy starting this lap as well. As I think, unfortunately, Danger Times is just backing off there. Software, who is coming onto the back straight as well. There's a car. Sorry, that's Blaze. That's Danger Times, not Blaze. I thought that the Blaze was a bit too close to Sloth here, who've had all kinds of turbulent air, wouldn't they? And we got the McLarens there, who are also doing a bit of slipstreaming as well. Then yellow flag is the Aston Martin just getting out of the way of Troy here, and there is the slipstream. As Danger Times is punching a hole in the air there, and of course Blaze is going to be absolutely loving it then, accelerating away then, and going into turn 16 as well. Then out of the final turn. Let's see what this is going to be then. And a Sloth across the line, and Sloth goes fifth fast. What about Blaze? And across the line, and Blaze is on pole position there by 200ths of a second there. Wow, absolutely incredible. Blaze is fast as with Epic in second there. Sully in third at the moment there. Emerson is fourth. Troy is fifth. Sloth in sixth. Danger Times in seventh at the moment. What can Sly Guy do? He's done a 51.1 in the second sector. But look at this, the car is off there, and he was having to really wrestle that car out of turn 14. And oh my goodness me, 4 minutes to go then. I think Sly Guy has enough time to come to the pits there, throw a new set of boots there and go back out. But he would like to have had a banker in already, wouldn't he? So that may cost Sly here tonight then. We'll find out though. Oh my goodness gracious me then. But Sly Guy, yeah, he's abandoning his time and come back into the pits now then. As just taking a look down, so the moment Blazers are coming back into the pits. Becca said, I was once asked to do a slipstream with Troy. I absolutely, oh goodness me, excreted herself there, and I ended up brake checking him or something, and oh goodness gracious me there. Well, that's probably not the idea of a slipstream there, but they are quite hard to do though, aren't they? Slipstreams, because remember, very infamously, Ferrari, I think was it 2013 or 12 in Monza, where Alonso went absolutely head over heels as Massa didn't get it right at all, did he, in Monza? And I think in Italian he called him idiots or something like that, didn't he? So probably not the best way to adhere yourself to the Scuderia from Fernando Alonso, but it was a tough time indeed, wasn't it, in the Ferrari's history then. Unfortunately they've had a lot more tough times than they have they've had successful years recently for Ferrari, but of course whether or not they hit the ground running in the new rules next season remains to be seen, doesn't it? But I'm really looking forward to next season, looking good indeed then. It's Sloth on a lap at the moment. No, he's coming in the pits. So Crazy Bill, just going to keep an eye on it at the moment. As Serious Mushroom, great opportunity, great piece of advice. Eddie, don't touch the brakes while slipstreaming. I never knew when to pull out of the way then. Power the slipstream then. Who said a 30.4? You have won. At the moment there's a 30.6 said, so they are very close. And I'm wondering if they're going to edge, get any more time. Look at how dusty the track is offline. It's incredible. I bet you that really causes drivers issues of overtaking. Hopefully that dust goes away for the racing, because that is going to be really difficult indeed then, isn't it, to slow the cars down there. Oh, Crazy Bill just took a bit of my nose off there. and he's going to cross line as well. 2 minutes to go in this qualifying session. Diagonal these start finish straight as well, because you need a good entry into turn 1, don't you? And now he flicks it in as well. Look at that then. You're still doing over 100 miles an hour. Look at that though. But this is such a frustrating turn now, as you just keep going down the gears, down the speed as well, but then gets back on the loud pedal on the Alpine car, and away she blows then. And now into 5 and going into 6 as well, and that's where Ricciardo licked the stamp and sent it. I think it was 2018, wasn't it, on Vettel there, or 2019 with Bottas? No, I think it's 2017 or 18 actually, wasn't it? Goodness gracious me, time flies when you're having fun in Formula 1. Crazy Bill, I think he's doing a supreme job so far in Division 1. Have I underestimated Crazy Bill? Perhaps, and I may have done that, and if I have, I apologise profusely to Crazy Bill, but I think he's done a superb job so far. His race pace and qualifying pace has been absolutely supreme in both events so far, and he is once again there very much mixing it in the front end there. Unfortunately, he did have a couple of issues in Bahrain, didn't he? But overall, I think this, well, as a driver, you're never satisfied, are you, there? But that's why these guys are superhuman. But overall, I think mere mortals like myself would have been overjoyed with the start that Crazy Bill's had this season. But Crazy Bill is looking for perfection, and he is on a lap now. Is it a lap worthy of perfection? We'll find out, as he is now down into 14 as well then, under the shadow of the grandstand here, which I think costs about $250 million or something like that to build, or something like that. It was crazy money. Crazy Bill there goes seven fast about. They're talking of money. Crazy Bill across the line now, and danger time 64 hundredths of a second up there, and now he's got a slipstream as well. This slipstream, I'm quite surprised really, but should I be surprised? No, I shouldn't really, but look at that then. That is a perfect slipstream now for the McLaren drivers, and danger times then breaking down then, and I thought he was going to go too deep into that corner there, but where I braked, he braked like 200 metres after me. Incredible. And danger times then, of course, he messed his final turn up a couple of minutes ago, but that is inch perfect for danger times. Is it enough for pole? Oh my word, he's done a 30.1. He has blown him out the water. Danger times on pole position with 10 seconds to go in this qualifying session. Incredible stuff indeed there for danger times. Everyone's on the lap now. They're all condensed together though, aren't they? So there's a Crazy Bill, there's a 10th of a second down the second split time. I think that Crazy Bill may struggle to improve from that, but we're keeping on his performance. We're on board Chaz at the moment in the Red Bull car, and as Sig has just said, holy cow then, indeed, holy cow, holy moly, incredible time. 5/10 of a second in front of Blazer. His second sector was 64 hundredths of a second up, wasn't it? It was impressive there, but my goodness me, that is absolutely incredible stuff indeed. That they're all blown away in the comments there. I absolutely agree. That's a lot Katie is saying. Oh my goodness gracious me. And Castle said, I predicted a 0.1 then. Rufus Venom, teamwork guys, bravo then. So that's how you do it, Sig is saying. Laugh out loud, very good stuff indeed that. And down into the hairpin as well before accelerating away, and now into the final turn and out of it then for Chaz. Then look right in those curbs, and Chaz across the line. He's second fastest. That's a great time for Chaz. What about the Ferrari Sly guy? And we're done it. He's second fastest there. A 30.2. He's on the fair of the grid there. Here's Sully across the line, and Sully goes full fast at the moment. This is incredible end to qualify. Blaze has found a 10th for a second in the second sector. What about the final sector as well? And Blaze on pole position then for the Chinese Grand Prix. I don't know where I am then. Troy on the final turn, and Troy's invalidated. Who's beyond Troy? I don't know. It's Epic the Animal who's second fastest there. And Slothfen 3/10 of a second up as well. He's 9th at the moment there. Out of the final turn then for Slothfen, and I don't think he's going to get pole position here. He's not indeed. So it's Blaze who's on pole position then for the Chinese Grand Prix in the Papaya McLaren. And wow, incredible. Absolutely mega stuff indeed there. What a time there. Look at that. Less than 100th of a second. It is about 4,000th of a second there, but give or take a couple of 1,000th millionth of a second there. Blaze is on pole position then for the Chinese Grand Prix, and what an incredible start to the season Blaze is having there. Is anyone going to be able to dethrone this epic McLaren driver at the moment? I gotta say, he is looking supreme indeed, isn't he, Blaze is? Wow. That was incredible, wasn't it? My goodness gracious me, and these times at the top are absolutely sublime then. And yes, and so we're now going to start to build up to the Grand Prix itself, and this is going to be quite a cracking event there, Blaze. 4,000th of a second then between Blaze and Epic. who was battling in the Bahrain Grand Prix, and it looks like it's going to be a status quo going into China here tonight. There, Danger Times is third among there, but 1900 to the second away. It's a great time for Danger Times. There, Sly Guy in action as well in fourth position. Now, Chazza in fifth, Sully in sixth, Emerson seventh, Troy Sloth in ninth, and Bill in 10th position then for the Chinese Grand Prix. I had a bit of quiche earlier, and I'm really regretting it now then because it keeps repeating on me. So, oh my word, there. This is going to be epic. I see in the comments there as well. Yes, indeed. That Katie saying epic. Getting there, my American colleague there. It was a great. Epic is on the front row of the grid. He finished. He was on pole position last week there and finished second. And today he's on the front row of the grid. Can he go one better and win the Grand Prix here in this here in the Shanghai International Race Circuit then? And the drivers now are just getting ready for the start of the Grand Prix as well then. As like saying, right, race time then. Woke up from my nap then. It's time for the main event. Come on then. As Dynamo Dan Eek as well then. I think that's his best mouse impression there. Search Russia, Jeepers, the top three, incredible stuff indeed. Venom saying these guys are on fire. Then Kez predicted pole position, incredible stuff indeed. Slayer saying mega stuff. And what's a Q3? Now the times are coming in. Kez saying, because I think I said Tango saying I expected it to be quicker, to be honest. And then all of a sudden, the time was really ramped up indeed. That as Ruthless Venom is asking, what's esports times in China? I have no idea. 28 cent serious, much was saying. So my word, that pretty good stuff indeed. Then right then, let's get on with the race, shall we? We have got a couple of seconds to go. Then this gives me an opportunity to get myself comfortable, make sure that I do not break anything whilst I don't kick anything, whilst I jump up and down. As this is going to be a cracking one indeed. And this is round 2 of Hyperdrive. We start all over again tomorrow night as we go to Saudi Arabia for round 3, don't we? So I'm looking forward to that indeed. That and look at that, not a soft tyre inside. And we talked about the soft tyre being just a. We talked about the soft tyre just being a qualifying tyre, and that definitely remains to be seen. Now, remember, in the 80s and early 90s, they had a special tyre for qualifying, didn't they? Which they can basically do 3/4 of a lap, and then the final sector, the final part of that, then they was very much hanging on, weren't they? So we got medium tyre. Is that going to be a straightforward one stopper here, or is anyone going to roll the dice and go for 2 stops around here? I think that's one stop, maybe the way to go, but you have to see how long these tyres can last, and then so this is going to be impressive stuff indeed. Right then. Here we go then. So on pole position then, this time I'll do a bit more decorumly, I think then. Blaze on pole position then for the Chinese Grand Prix in the McLaren. Epic is alongside him on row 1. They had a great battle to begin with. Danger Times in third position now. He's been impressive, hasn't he? Danger Times, as I said. City Sly Guy in fourth position. He's very much at the height of this Grand Prix, but he's down the mid pack at the moment. Sly Guy is then. Fifth position is Chaz. Sixth position is Sully. Emerson in seventh position. Troy in 8th position, Sloth is in 9th, and Crazy Bill completes the top 10. All the top 10 are on the medium compound tyres. 11th position is Gurman. He is going for hard then. He wants 11th. He has got 11th there. 12th position is... 12th position is Percy. 13th position is Cardboy. All on hard tyres. And Liam is in 14th position. He's a super sub tonight, Liam is. Knowlesy in 15th position there. He had to go for a bathroom break at the worst time. He missed out. 16th position is Mr. Lee on hard tyres. Daunton in 17th position there on hard tyres. Lights in qualifying ban 18th on the medium tyres. Denjo's in Becca's fancy team in 19th position on the hard tyres. 20th position is Andench, who had a humongous smash at turn 8 in qualifying. He is 20th on medium compound tyres. Whoops. I couldn't get me old tower working then. But here we go then for the start of the Grand Prix as well. Tango and Sauce are basically a qualifying tyre around here. They are indeed, aren't they? And even then, they were to go to the end of the to the end there. Kez is saying, facts Tango, haha. Tango spits facts, doesn't he? Good grief me. So now that is we get look at that. That is the drivers are now lined up on the grid now as they prepare themselves for the lights to come on one by one. The lights will illuminate over the track then, and then they go out and the race will will officially begin then, which I know is the most obvious thing that I've said tonight. German, them hard tires are sitting lovely. Is Ramsell then now then as we're waiting for those lights to go on. The yellow flag then, we're just waiting for that to go then. We're waiting for the green flag then to come on then. Is the heat haze here. It's absolutely incredible stuff. It's so hot around here. 5 sets of lights are on then, and it is go for the Chinese Grand Prix, and it's a good start there from Blaze there, but Epic is alongside him, but I think Blaze has got it. He has got it, and he leads into turn 1 as well. Sloth has gone on 2 positions there. Sly Guy's gone on the inside of Danger Times and moved up into 3rd position. Lovely stuff indeed there, but you'll have the outside line, but Sly Guy's took off like a scalded cat. Great stuff indeed there, but Danger Times come back up as well as they're going wheels with the Alpine of Sloth has moved up 3 positions. He has got launch control on that Alpine car, and down into 4 of 6 as well, and then Sly Guy up the outside then. Danger Times giving a squeeze there, but Sly Guy's having none of it then. German's up a competition. Oh yes, he's back down to 11th as well, and going into the S instead. Of course, you do not want to get any damage, because in this race it's going to be costly, and Sly Guy may have done it. He has done it, you know. German's also got past Percy as well. A great start indeed by Crazy. Oh, Lights is up into 14 positions. He's up 4 positions. That's a great start indeed there for Lights there, as they're going wheel to wheel between Carboy and Lights, and Lights is coming over the 13th position there into the middle part of the lap as well then, and Crazy Bill has dropped down 2 positions. Difficult start there for Crazy Bill then. Crazy Bill is fighting with Percy, oh goodness me then, and I think the Lights is trying to go on the inside now as Crazy Bill is struggling as they come down that 1 kilometre longish straight then. Blaze leads, Epic in 2nd position, Sly Guy up in the 3rd position as well. Look at this as they slip through as well then. So it's a very nice orderly queue at the moment, apart from Lights then, who is stepping out and going alongside Bill down into turn 14 as well. Has he got it? He has indeed, and he's going to force him out wide. He has done. Bill is dropped down 3 positions. Lights up 6 positions on a great start there from almost the back of the grid then. Lap 1 completed. Look at the gap. It's 3/10 to 2nd already then from Epic in 2nd. Sly Guy in 3rd position. Danger Times half a second away at this moment then. Emerson there is all over the case of Chaz at the moment. No DRS is going to be available just yet. It comes into fruition at the end of this lap here, as now just dropping into turn 4. 3, I should say then, or 5. I don't know where I am on the track actually. He had a slippery snake there, didn't he? Emerson did, and look at this, and now we're just watching his Troy having a look on the outside. He's going to go. Oh, he's going on the inside, trying on the outside. Trying to go for the old switcheroo. As Emerson there almost having a couple of issues. Then he's now. This is where we're going to get into tire management. I think then, as the drivers are now starting to calm down. So the biggest winner in this opening stages in the Grand Prix is definitely Lights. He's gone up 12 positions there, and they just dropped down. Oh, and Andrew's off. It's the same place as in qualifying now, and Denges, and oh goodness me, he's having a nightmare start to this Chinese Grand Prix, and that is not good at all. Then Andrews now, and Denges, who was got up a couple positions there, is back down to where he started, unfortunately. Lights up 6 positions, good stuff indeed there, and Crazy Bill lost 3 positions. A lovely shot here from the rear wing then. It's now Blaze is starting to edge away ever so slightly here. Now it's going to get into tyre conservation mode then. I think then we are going to be talking about tyres a lot in this Grand Prix. I would say that, oh goodness me, it's Epic. I thought he was going for lunch there, but that was maybe a day late, $1 short then. But Blaze then, who is currently in charge of this Grand Prix, lost a lot of time to Epic in that final hairpin there. Interesting stuff then. So I would say that the drivers probably want to drop back ever so slightly then, because the tyres will overheat if they're too close to the car in front here. But Blaze leads with Epic in 2nd, Sly Guy in 3rd position, Danger Times in 4th at the moment there, Sully in 5th, with Sloth is up to 6th position, Chaz and Emerson 7th and 8th, and Troy in 9th, and German is in 10th position at the moment now. German and Percy are going to be sitting very happy at the moment, and Carboy as well, all on the hard tires, and go very deep into this Grand Prix, I would, as the guest said. But Epic has now found his feet, and he's now really pressurising Blaze. But this is where it's going to really be pain for him. And Denches into the pits, and unfortunately he's on the hard tires now. And Denches, but he made a mistake here as well. He's having issues there. I wonder if there's a problem he set up there from Andench in the Alfa Romeo. So Epic then, he needs to stay as close as he can then, because he will be waiting for the drag reduction system to come into play. When the drag reduction system comes into yellow flag is Andench's having issues coming out of the pits there. Hopefully he hasn't got any major gremlins on that car, but he needs a safety car now to get himself back into this race, because it is going to be a tough one to catch up from there. Out of turn number 14 as well, and Epic has had a pretty horrific second sector there, and Sly Guy is all over the back of him now. Then DRS then right on the money then, and he's going to be alongside that. Look at this, and Epic there is quite quick, and oh goodness me, Epic trying to defend him, but Sly Guy's having none of it. Up the inside, and oh, he spun the car. Did he hit the back of Blaze there? That was very unusual. I thought he had a bit. I thought he still had a bit of. I thought he still had a bit of gap there, but that was unusual there. But Epic is down into 17th position there. That's not good at all. Sly Guy is now in second position there. Danger Time's in third position. There's a Haas off of Dalton there who's had issues as well on the hard tires on the Haas car as well. Oh my goodness me. And now Sly Guy is really on a mission now. We're on board the Ferrari, and he is really pushing Blaze now, isn't he? Sly Guy had a nightmare in Bahrain, but goodness me, he's back with a vengeance here in the in this race tonight. And Engine's having it more. He's out of turn 14 as well, unfortunately, in the Alfa Romeo. Oh dear then. Oh my goodness me then. And on board now, Will saying that Field Blaze hasn't got as good race pace today. He's not pulling away at all at the moment now. Epic was about to pack his trunk and say goodbye to the circus. My fans, he's in shambles. KD is saying that, oh my bad there. Serious pressure then. Yes, the serious pressure with the usual comments curse there, unfortunately. As Epic has got a lot to do now from down in 70th position. Remember, he used those tyres for qualifying too as well. So this is going to be a snowball effect now for Epic, but let's see what he can do. He's a very good professional, Epic is there, so we'll see how he'll come back through the field then, as Emerson has got past Chazza on the outside there. Oh, audacious there from Emerson, but Chazza there's having none of it there, because I think the words of the DRS detection zone then Emerson had it, but Chazza's got the slipstream as well. Goodness me, well no, Chazza, they've both got DRS in here, and now down into the hairpin as well there alongside Chazza's on the outside. Is Emerson going to hang him out to dry? He is indeed there, but Emerson's got a bit deep there, and now Chazza is going to try and go on the outside. Then he has the racing line. He has the more of the well, he would have had the angle, but Emerson's having none of that. And look at this, Sly Guy's going for the lead. He's on the outside of him. He's on the outside. He takes the lead. And Jensen's out of the Grand Prix at the same place as where he's had issues there. And it's a safety car. And Emerson there, I think of and Chazza's in front there, so they're both in a mix up there. But Sly Guy's taken the lead. I missed that there. But Sly Guy leads the Grand Prix. Safety cars come out into the pits. There comes Epic and also Mr. Elite as well. Wow, incredible stuff here so far. And now into the pits and now going on to the hard compound. Oh, Epic has got damage as well, and so he must have hit the back end of Blaze there. It didn't look like on the stream, did it? Mr. Elite there is on the medium compound tires. Epic is down at the back of the field then. Let's see what last week's pole sitter can do from there. So safety cars out, and this is going to really put a curveball now into strategy. It's too early for the one stoppers to be thinking about coming to the pits and going on the hard tires. However, they can come to the pits, run the hard tires, and maybe have a medium stint at the end perhaps, or maybe a soft fend. I do not know. That's what I love about this game. It's absolutely incredible indeed then, isn't it? Anyway, let me catch up with the comments. Kaz is saying can't really pull away at this track then with the two DRS zones. Can't pass much because of the dirty air is a thing as well. KD is saying I love a good train, to be honest. Serious Pressure was saying I love a good train as well. I do indeed then. Yes, I also love Thomas the Tank as well, one of my favourite TV shows. And so unfortunately Anden out of the Grand Prix, which is such a shame as well. Anden just there, so a major issue there. Becca is confident that Anden is running is running nine wings there, so probably a little on down for us perhaps there. We're just watching Sly Guy, the one who's leading the Grand Prix, but what's he going to do? He's the leader. He's in the pits then, and they're all in the pits. This Danger Times, I think, has stayed on, and he didn't have much of a choice. Where he had a choice of where to queue behind Blaze or come into the pits or stay out then. So he's elected to stay out. German has stayed out as well. Of course, he's on the hard tire, so all the hard runs I'm expecting to stay out here. So I go in the pits and the Scuderia goes to work then. And then now then thrown on the tires as well, and is now out of the pits. Blaze out behind him. We've also got Sloth going on the hard tires. So everyone that's come in the pit so far has gone on to the hard tires, apart from Mr. Elite, who's on the medium compound tires. The one there before they come back out of the pits. Daunton now out of the pits there, just behind Blaze then. Daunton is. So the drivers that didn't come to the pits, and it's Lights, Knowlesy, Percy and German and Danger Times. Danger Times, Lights and Knowlesy, I'm surprised didn't come to the pits on the medium compound tyres. Percy and German are on the hard tyres here, and I think this is a golden opportunity for those two hard runners now. They can now just get some clear air, whilst the drivers who come to the pits have got to fight the way back through the field, because not only that, because Carberry and Dento hasn't come into the pits either, and they're also on the whole hard compound tyres. This is going to get very interesting indeed then, isn't it, for for the race, and Serious Mercy saying he would have stayed out on the medium tires there. Goodness me, they're all submerged and Danger's wings there. What the case may be for Danger, it's a race to forget, unfortunately, for the Alfa Romeo driver. But so it's a bit of a difficult start for Danger, unfortunately, not getting the points that he probably would have liked there. He's only got 1 point so far from the first 2 events here in a Hyperdrive Division 1. But as I keep mentioning, there's 22 rounds to go after this one. This is the longest season ever in Hyperdrive. Of course, the new era of Hyperdrive, of course, this one is. So 24 rounds this one is going to be this season. It's absolutely incredible stuff. I absolutely love it there. Really looking forward to next week's event now. I keep saying that, but of course I do enjoy the Chinese Grand Prix as well, mainly because it is a very much a strategy race, I would say. Dan, we've already talked about how difficult this one is there. So I'm wondering, can the hard tires get to the end from here? I'm not sure if they can, to be honest, but the hard tires can be quite impressive. It does depend then. As Becca said, getting 1 point in 2 races. Jealous. Unfortunately, Becca's had 2 DNFs in her time in Division 3 so far. I don't like to point it out, but I did there. So not a good start there for Becca. But of course, as I keep saying, 22 rounds left. And of course, you've got to keep always look on the bright side of life, as that song says, doesn't it? Yes, 22 rounds still to go there. Thank you very much for viewing us today as well. Then Becca still trying to complete 10 laps. Then nearly got there the other day. She's had 3 plus 7 there. Hard to get to the end, but close. It's going to be a very close field. Those on fresher hard tires could have the advantage. Sig is saying, thank you very much. Hards can make it to the end. Keza is saying as well. That's why you guys are the expert, and that's why they got a ginger guy who doesn't know anything about this, but interested in then. So yes, so the hard tires will get to the end then, but they may be a bit worse for wear, which is I love it, to be honest. We might have a repeat of the 2011 Chinese Grand Prix perhaps. I don't think we're going to have the repeat of the Chinese Grand Prix in 2007 and 6, where we had a bit of a rain shower, because it's an absolutely beautiful day out there, isn't it? Here in China, an absolutely beautiful day indeed. And look at that, not a cloud in the sky here in Shanghai International Race Circuit. Danger Times leading at the moment. He would like the safety car to come in, and he would like to really scamper off into the distance then. Let's take stock then. So Danger Times, German, Percy, Lights, Gnolsey, Carboy, Denso's not coming to the pits then. The first driver to come to the pits is down in 8th position, which is Slide Guy. Blaze is not coming to the pits either. Safety car is in the end of this lap then. Daunton is stayed out as well. He's on old hard tires. He had a bit of a spin, didn't he, a couple of laps ago. That's why he's a bit behind the 8th ball at the moment. Daunton is there. Sully, who came in the pits in 11th position there, along with Sloth, Chazza, Emerson, Troy, and Crazy Bill, and Liam, all on new hard tires there. Mr. Lee on new medium tires. Epic on hard tires as well then. Here we go then. Becca saying, if you had my F2 and multiplayer laps, I have made it then. It's not been a very good start, unfortunately, for Welsh Maldonado, but yes, indeed, I said the only way is up. But I think that it didn't go very well in Bahrain at all, did it? She lost her right front wheel when she went to the back, so quite heavily there. Danger Times then, when is he going to, is he gone? I think he's gone, He has gone there. Now, I wonder if he kept caught German napping there. Accelerated out of the hairpin as well, and going into turn 16 then. We're back racing, and then that's what Danger Times needs. He has gapped German by 1.2 seconds. That is incredible. That is impressive stuff indeed then. So here we go. We're back racing. Purcell on the back of German, and Danger Times has done exactly what he needs to do. He's out of DRS now, and that is going to that's going to really intrigue me now, because if he can stay out of the DRS zone, I think that Danger Times could pull away here. But let's see how this one does then. Equal saying a nice start, Danger Times there. Sig saying what a start. It was a great start indeed then. And look at that, 1.4 seconds. That's a car off in the back. That is Carboy who's gone off there. And look at this. And this is a blow for Carboy. He spins the car around. Oh dear, but that is disappointing now for Carboy, isn't it? He's dropped right down to the back of the field. I hope he hasn't got damage. He may have grazed the wall there, unfortunately. On board with Lights, who is now he's now got a bit of a train behind Gerwin at the moment. Gerwin in second at the moment, and let's see how this one swaps around there. It's out the final turn then, and out the final turn into turn 12. So I'm reading the comments there, and I think that tickling me a bit. So I'm gonna just stay away from that. Well, there's I think Rebecca's making a couple of excuses, and all I hear is excuses. Rebecca, I need results. Down the back straight, then though 1.2 kilometre back straight. As Kez saying, he even caught me off off guard. That's a really impressive stuff indeed. That restart from Danger Times is absolutely perfect. If anyone wants to know how to do a restart, just check Kez out. Check Danger Times out. Fantastic. No DRS just yet, and DRS will be activated within 2 or 3 laps of the safety car to come in. That Ferrari of Sly Guy is looking very menacing on the back of Denzo here, and now into turn number 60 as well, and DRS is not available just yet then, but Sly Guy is gone triple magenta then all the way around the circuit. He's having a look, but not quite. Going into turn 1 there, and what's that? Was that Bill of a nudge there for Sly Guy? I hope you haven't damaged the car. Look at us, as Denzo's got off the circuit there. I wonder if I was a bit of a nudge then. I don't think Denzo would have been too appreciative of that. Cardboy has come into the pits, and unfortunately his gamble of staying out there may be starting to hurt here. Then is now when Percy is on the outside then, because Lights has got the inside, it's got the ascendancy as well, and away he goes. But look, Percy is staying on the inside there, but Lights has got it, and he needs to get through at this stage, didn't he, because he's got the medium tires, he's got the quicker of the 2 compound tires there at the moment, has he? So he needs to make hay whilst the sun is shining, and the sun is shining absolutely beautifully at the moment there. Sully is now quite close to the back of Daunton here there. Daunton unfortunately had a bit of a difficult start here in the opening couple of races, unfortunately for Daunton there, but I do believe that his credentials from yesteryear certainly means that you should never count out Daunton, but he's just had a bit of a difficult time then to open his account then for the season. Out of turn 14 as well, then, cause that corner could be very precarious indeed when those tires overheat then. Daunton's going to be looking on the rear behind him now. No DRS just yet, and Sully doesn't need DRS just yet, does he? Because he's now alongside. He passes Daunton and up into 9th position as well. What about Alpine just behind as well? But the Alpine is within range at the moment, but unfortunately the gap was always going to close there, and as just on board. Look at that then, as the understeer on these cars is incredible, isn't they? Just coming out of turn 60 as well. Goodness gracious me, then flying across the line as well, alongside. Is he going to have a look at the turn 1? Goodness me, and Daunton's trying to hang it on the outside. There's a bit of oversteer on Soft's car there, and both ran very wide going into turn 1, 2 and 3 of course, and so Daunton is unfortunately dropping down the road now as well, as Gurman has got a 2.2 deficit from Danger Times Brown, who's took off incredibly well here. He's took off very impressive indeed, like a cat that's been jumped by a cucumber. Impressive stuff indeed there. Chaz getting a bit of oversteer on that car at the moment there, as he's trying to control the slide there. Blaze is now right behind Denzo. The gap between Blaze and Sly Guy is about 1.5 seconds, almost 2 seconds the gap is now between those two. They might be fighting for the lead here, but again then the strategy, we'll see how the strategy winds here. Then the drivers think on the pits will probably like to have another safety car soon, because you're going to lose a lot more time on board, as well as Brooksy is also new follower as well. Thank you very much, Brooksy. Good stuff indeed then. And now then is it Daunton? Was it? It's Dalton, isn't it, actually? Goodness gracious me. I don't know who Daunton is, and I think I called him Daunton last week as well. Shocking behaviour. I apologise, Rick. And now up the inside goes Blaze. He's forcing Denzo out wide. Good grief. Oh my goodness me! And Blaze and Denzo have gone into each other. And that was looking very precarious. It's a safety car, and goodness me, and both out of the race then, and I think that they was getting a bit too cozy there, and out of the Grand Prix as Blaze and Denzo, and into the pits. Sully, Chazza, Emerson and Epic are all in the pits at the moment there, and 2-1 don't go there, and that is quite a that is quite horrific indeed then, and that is such a shame then, that is quite a brutal one indeed. That will be investigated by the stewards after the Grand Prix, I would say. So medium tires then for Sully, Chazza, Emerson and Epic. Interesting stuff here now, isn't there? Danger Time said this is what he wanted there, and I think that Danger Time's be overjoyed with this, won't he? As this is, I think, around the perfect time to come to the pits there from the hard tires now, and see where he can get himself from here as well. I think that Gurman is not going to be too happy with this, and nor is Percy either, and nor is the other drivers that stayed out then on the hard tires. I think Dalton also have an issue there, but yes, goodness gracious me, and that is quite horrific indeed then. But yes, Farf is the head admin of Division 1 then, so I think the Farf is going to have to go off the old ball and chain kind of thing there, and he's going to have to search his authority. Of course, where it goes down to is a racing incident or not, I do not know, but it was as Milan said, it was a very hard crash indeed, was it there? Blaze out the Grand Prix, his perfect start is come to nothing, unfortunately. Well, it hasn't come to nothing because he still won the Grand Prix in Bahrain, so that is chalked in history. But unfortunately here tonight then, it's not gone too well. Denso is first opening 2 races then, it's not gone too well there. German there, I think almost went out of the Delta there, that's why he braked suddenly, and it almost caught a lot of drivers out there. Is now into the pits, so they're all into the pits. Danger Times, German, Lights, Percy, Knowlesy, Sly Guy is stayed out there, and so Sly Guy is going to try and go to the end on the medium tyres, is he going to try and have a splash and dash towards the end, which is not a splash and dash anymore, of course. They don't have refueling in F1. So as Dalton staying out, then we got Percy, who is just coming in the pits as well. Troy coming out is now into a superb third position there. Lovely. And the cars are now just filtering back out into circuit. Danger Times into 5th position here. German in 6th, then Lights in 7th position there. Gosh, the quiche is really repeating on me tonight. Oh my word! It's a beautiful bacon and cheese quiche. I do love a good old quiche there, but perhaps I should have ate it then a bit earlier on in the day, really. But I got a bit engrossed in the Tottenham and Chelsea game then. Well, I didn't really get engrossed at all. I think I fell asleep, actually. But never mind. Yes, a good win for Chelsea. All you Chelsea fans out there are going to be overjoyed at that. Of course, all you Tottenham fans are not going to be overjoyed about that, but unfortunately, that's the way of the world. Also, Liverpool got very lucky indeed. There's a dodgy penalty towards the end then. Anyway, enough about the old soccer ball. Let's get back with the race as well. Keza saying then the German is in a race winning position now with them medium. So this is interesting then. German has been saved by the safety car. KD is saying then he's on hard, Sean. Thank you very much. So I went the other way. Oh, German can pick for medium tyres. He's in a good place then. So we've got a very mixed up strategy now, haven't we? So Sly Guy is leading the race then. Dalton is not coming to the pits just yet then. So he's the only driver not to pit then. Safety car is out then. We're going with the safety car. Bernd Molander is going to wait till the Crocodile catches up then. And then we'll be back back racing. Then Carboy has stayed on the 2-lap old medium tyres. Mr. Lee is now on 5-lap old hard tyres. So those are the hard tyres which you start the race on. You only get one set of hard tyres in this race then. Tango is just said, and Liam has just had a message of defend like a lion there from Liam. Yeah, then of course, Fernando Alonso used to be in the Ferrari, did he, in 2010 to 2014. However, we know Fernando Alonso's infamous radio calls, and that's one of them. From what race was it? Was it Qatar? Was it? I can't remember. Was it Qatar? Or was it? Or was it Saudi Arabia? I think it was Qatar, wasn't it? I don't really know. Goodness gracious me, though. I must say, the final couple of races in 2021 just merged into one, really. I keep forgetting that Qatar was on the Formula 1 calendar. Of course, he'll be back on the calendar now for 10 years now, from 2023. Goodness gracious me. Rick, Troy, and Liam gonna help Sly Guy pull away here. Wilson is saying, and Kez is saying, haha, defend like a lion now. Yeah, this race is Sly Guys to lose. Ruthless Venom is saying, and KD, our plan. Think of a better meme then. As Link saying, what happened to Denzo? Unfortunately, Denzo and Blades, unfortunately, came together there. They both wanted the same piece of track in turn 14 and 15, and went into the barrier, which is why we got our second safety car tonight here in Division 1. Cardboy back out on circuit on the fresh medium tyres, so he'll be happy with that then. We've also got still think Dayton has the pace to hold off German, and him and Blaze came together. Katie is saying, and damn, fancy points gone then for Milan as well, so Milan's going to be very happy about that. But Milan is going to be overjoyed about the Ferrari team in the ascendancy at the moment there. So at the moment they're first and fourth. Liam doing a great job in his first start in Division 1 there. Good stuff indeed there. Silly Sly Guy, who is currently behind the safety car. Sly will win. Links is saying then, I had Denzo in my team too then. Unfortunately, Denzo's start to the season has not been too well, has it there? But remember, if history is anything to go by, Denzo, you can never count out Denzo, can you? So safety cars at the moment, and hopefully he'll be back in there, and we'll be back racing then as we're coming up to half distance here in this Chinese Grand Prix. As my McLaren, my team, that's a lot of potential points gone there with Blaze out. Yes, indeed, that's unfortunate for Blaze, and the lights are still on, but they might be going off now. And of course, this is where Danger Times bolted last time we had a safety car. Safety cars now decided to turn his lights off, then, so they can't be the same restart that Danger Times had that Sly Guy wants here. And now when he's going to drop the hammer, then Denzo's left the session. I'm sure he's going to be furious, isn't he? As is Blaze as well, unfortunately. And now then, when is Sly Guy going to drop the hammer? And he has dropped the hammer now. Then of course, here we go. Then, and I think the attention's going to be behind Sly Guy rather than on Sly Guy. When they say come across the line, there 3-second penalty for Bills, and that's the first 3-second penalty on lap 14. That's incredible for these top tier drivers. Amazing stuff. He's got on the inside. Danger Times. He's got no time to waste. Time is of the essence there, but maybe that's a bit. Maybe he's trying a bit too hard to overtake at this stage of proceedings. And Lights and Percy there are trying to also now trying to cross swords, and Percy's now on the inside into turn 6 there. Medium tyres. Danger Times is up into no, where is he? No, he's on the outside there because Liam is trying to defend him like a lion, and he is definitely roaring like a lion here, but unfortunately the lion's gone wide there, and he is down into 5th position now. Gurman's next then on Liam's defensive list here. We're on board now as Liam had to defend quite nicely indeed then, and that's maybe been a great defense as well. No wait, Tony's a tiger, isn't he? Goodness me. What's the favourite song? Oh, Simba's a favourite song. This is one of my favourite Disney films of all time. The Lion King is probably one of the best Disney films ever, in my opinion. The final turn then. Dalton currently, who's doing a good job, I think, on those 13-lap old hard tires. The only driver not to go in the pits, Dalton, is doing a superb job. And look at that, he's really pulling away from Troy at the moment there. And now Gurman is eased by Liam, and now up into 5th position there. And what about Percy? He's going, Percy now take it. And he's going to go on the inside there, Percy. I wonder if he misjudged that and it turned into an overtake there. It didn't look like an overtake at the beginning there, but Liam is having none of that there. And Sly Guy's second and a half behind, second half in front of already then, and this is perfect for Sly Guy then, as he is really gapping out the rest of the field as well, as Percy has got past Liam, now up into 6th position now. Percy is he's on the ascendancy here. Knowlesy is, and who's that? That's a Mercedes off of the young lights there, and Knowlesy's got nipped up the inside there. Cheeky beggar. But the young lights haven't done it there. He's back on the outside, and Lights is still in the I'm not sure on the Lights if he just went wide there, you can go easily very wide into turn 1, 2 and 3, and oh my goodness me, they're condensing quite closely there. Knowlesy's been wrong-footed by Lights, and because of that he's lost out to Sloth, and now out to Chaz as well. Chaz on 3-lap old medium tyres, so he's on the outside. There's Marvel's on the outside. It's Knowlesy's off, and I'm wondering if him and Chaz came to blows. So Knowlesy is off the circuit. He's dropped down into 17th position there. Oh dear. I wonder if he got on the inside there, and goodness gracious me there. Don Madon saying, "Who Framed Roger Rabbit" is Disney's best. Is that a Disney film? I never knew that then. Oh goodness gracious me! I do love that. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? So now down the back straight then. We've got Sully, who is a 10th for a second, less than 10th for a second, and I think the RS will be available next lap then. Liam hasn't got the defensive prowess then, so he's now down into 8th position now, and that Mercedes of Lights is defending quite heavily again then, as Lights is struggling, as now we got, is Emerson and Epic there, very close together as well, on medium tyres, those drivers are as well. Oh my goodness gracious me then, so cut on the grass out of turn 16 there, and across the line as well, and they're on the medium tyres as well, so the medium tyres then may get to the end here, but they will be a bit worse for wear, as Troy is trying to go up the inside there. Danger Time, there's 3 abreast, and that's a sandwich. Oh my goodness me. And Danger Times on the outside there, but he will have a better run then, because he will also have the inside into turn 6 as well. Troy has dropped down the order. Dalton is now Dalton, I don't know, he's now well defended there. Slick in the stamping centre there. Danger Times is now in the 2nd position there. Great stuff there. Troy has had a great run as well. Look, there he is, and there he goes, and Gurman there is now also the case as well. The gap is 3.1 seconds. Remember that, ladies and gentlemen, there, because that could be crucial later on. Then Gurman has got a lot of understeer in that second part, in the second sector here, and Percy, who is couldn't take advantage of Gurman's understeering problems there. Sully might be able to take advantage of Gurman there, who's lost a bit of momentum in the second part of the lap here. Oh my goodness gracious me. But Dalton then, who is struggling, he's got to come to the pit sometimes, Dalton, as but at the moment I think he's doing a supreme drop. Whoa, that has to march there. We don't rent that part of the circuit. Troy, as he scampers off the circuit, comes back on. Gurman has now got DRS, and he's all over the back of Dalton. Dalton, of course, has also got DRS as well from Troy. Gap is down to 2.6 seconds there. Danger Tom's not coming down. Oh, God, dangerous time. Oh, my goodness me. Oh, gosh, that was getting a bit too cozy down at the hairpin as well. Epic's got a 3-second penalty. As it is getting very snug down there. So, Dalton is into the pits now. Supreme stint now. Dalton was on that Alpine also off the circuit as well. I'm wondering if they're trying to reduce the understeer here, which may help later on then, but they're going to get a lot of warnings for that then. Lights is down into 10th position now. It's not a bit of a nightmare part of the race here. Lights is, and we've seen him going wide into turn 1 last time around, and now he's in 10th position as well. Sloth has got a 5-second penalty for gaining a place there, so that is going to be crucial at the moment in this race, and the gaps are not, oh, it's a Lights there. I wonder if he's sending his teammate through actually. Emerson now up into 10th position as well, as he is on a different strategy than Epic is having a look, not quite though, is a Crazy Bill also begun as well in a 13th position. Oh goodness gracious me, then this well, I've got to say then, so I've got a bit of a sweat on here tonight. I hope all the drivers have as well, because the drivers should be working much more than me, because it is quite a hot day out there as well. And Sly Guy, who's doing a good job now, isn't he, because he steadied that gap. He is now starting to stabilise that gap. That gap came down to 3.1 was or something like that. I can't remember what the time was now, but it's 3.1 seconds, and it went down quite considerably on a lap then. But all of a sudden Sly Guy has now got it under control there. Unfortunately, both Haas drivers said Haas is having a really wretched time, I think, in the constructors at the moment there. As 2 constructors championships, they're on -3, aren't they? And they haven't scored any points at all so far in Division 1 then. Sully is Gurman has now got up into 3rd position there, and he is going to, Soft is going for a bit of a dive there, but Liam is going to go up and under. Liam is doing a lot of harvesting in that Ferrari, isn't he? And so Liam dropping down into 8th position now. Oh, getting a bit squirrely as well. Chaz in 9th position. Emerson in 10th position now. So Soft is set the fast out of the race, and Soft is really flying out there at the moment. So this is good to see. Really good to see as well. Chaz all over the back of Liam as well. Liam is going a bit wide there. Those hard tires are the same strategy that his teammate Silly Sly Guy's on here. And Liam is just struggling at the moment there. So Chaz is going to have the outside of him. He's going to have a better run. He's good at stuff indeed. And away he goes then. Absolutely mega stuff. And he's on and upwards then. Liam in 9th position on Emerson is having a look. Not quite though, because Emerson's too far back. He wasn't even on a look anyway, was he? I just thought he was going to throw up the inside. I was trying to anticipate what he was doing there, which is probably a silly thing to do. 2.7 seconds of gap is now between Danger Times and Silly Sly Guy, as the gap is stabilising. Gurman is now trying to get out DRS well. Emerson's got past that. Liam's on the grass. Liam is doing a bit of mower in there. Oh goodness me. Maybe he can come and cut my garden as well. But unfortunately Liam is I don't think with Liam on those tyres there, he is really struggling now. See, Liam is Epic is now on the inside, getting past Liam. He has got past Liam. And look at these cars there. This is exactly what you expect here in the Chinese Grand Prix. Great stuff indeed there for Epic. He's down for the 12th position now. The man who was second in the Grand Prix. Second in the Grand Prix, fantastic stuff indeed. That, and now then going over the curve as well. Now, oh, we got Troy who's now dropping down here as well. Same strategy as Liam and Silly and Sly Guy. And I must say, this soft. This is what the safety car does. It really throws your strategy up in the air, doesn't it? Sometimes it is a bit of a lottery, isn't it? Liam, is trying to defend as much as he can. And goodness me, he is really getting his lion claws out tonight, isn't he, Liam? He's down in the 12th position there. As Percy set the fast lap of the race. So of course, you get a point for fast lap wherever you are in the Grand Prix. Percy is now really putting pressure on Gurman as well. Of course, Gurman was at sea in Bahrain, but he is really back in action here in China tonight, isn't he? Look at this, so we've got a bit of a queue now, because Gurman's out of DRS range of Danger Times, and that is crucial. Gurman going very wide there as well. Yellow flag in. Who's that? Oh goodness me, it's Mr. Elite. Oh, he's gone for a trip off the outside there, and he's also on 11 up old hard tires there, and I think that there's going to be a snowball effect as well. Crazy Bills is now up into 10th position, but Lights is trying to come back out now. We're going to have a bit of a drag race here. Oh gosh, and hold on to your seats, everyone then. But Bill is now been in 10th position. Good stuff indeed there. Lights is off the circuit there, and look, Lights is getting all swap around there. And you can see that's what you do then when you're off the while you're dropping off there. My goodness gracious me then. Wow, absolutely fantastic race so far. Incredible stuff indeed there. I absolutely have no idea who's going to win this race. It's fantastic, isn't it? It's very much going to be about as Epic has got Lights is straight. I think those tyres are overheated there from Lights. He's only done 6 laps on the hard tyres. So he needs to cool those tyres there, Lights says. Otherwise there's a snowball effect there. Just got to make sure he needs to just somehow cool those tyres in these very hot conditions here. Percy too far back at the moment there. Lap 19 out of 28 already. Goodness me. This is absolutely incredible stuff indeed. I'm really enjoying this one. This is fantastic stuff indeed. As we're coming across the line once again then. And let's see then. Percy is too far back at the moment and half a second away at the moment now. Sloth is 3/10 of a second away from Troy as well. The penalties, let's take a look at the penalty situation. 5-second penalty for Sloth there for taking a shortcut. Knowlesy has gone past Lights. Lights has had enough of those tyres then. That is interesting there. Only 5 laps on the hard tyres then. So Lights has pitted and quitted there. Unfortunately, that is I'm not sure. I think that Lights has left the session now, so he's furious with that there. Lights is there, and I'm not sure what occurred there, but unfortunately that will be a penalty of some kind. I would say there. So that is such a shame there. On a board, he's got he had a wing damage there, but unfortunately, it's, if you do get penalties for the return on track and all that kind of stuff there, because it's a bit frowned upon there. What's not frowned upon at the moment though is incredibly Sly Guy is managing that gap quite nice indeed. And those hard tyres and is the danger zone's going to be able to eat into that gap any further. At the moment, the gap is coming down steadily, but it's not anything else at the moment now. So I would say that. I'll say the moment Sly Guy is going to be very happy with that. And let's go back to the penalties then. 5-second penalty then for Soft Ben for overtaking off the circuit there, which is a bit naughty. Bill 3 seconds, 3 seconds for Epic and for Liam and for Knowlesy as well. So that will be added on to the race time at the end of the Grand Prix. And fortunately, a bit of out now. Percy is still 4/10 of a second away. The Sully is also in 5th position. We're going to take a look at what Sloth's doing there. He's having a brilliant race so far. Sloth is there, and absolutely good stuff indeed. Sloth is there. He's on the ascendancy. He does have a 5-second penalty. He may have to argue that in the steward's room. But of course, we get the result now, argue it later kind of figures that's exactly how you should do it, because you might be able to get that overturned depending on how Farf is feeling. How Farf is feeling at the moment. Sly Guy is now, the gap is under 2 seconds there, but it's still not enough for the moment. There's 7 laps to go. As it stands at the moment there, it will be very close to the end of the Grand Prix. My maths is not very good, the best of times there. But as it stands at the moment, Sly Guy would just about be able to eke it out then. But Danger Times is going to have to really pull up his socks here if he wants a Grand Prix win here tonight then. On board with Percy once again in the twisty part of the middle sector here. This is where the thermal core temperature of the tire gets too hot, and you've got to make sure you don't spin it off. My word, incredible. 21 out of 28 here then. So the gap is 2 seconds still then. Gurman is he is now about in the area of Danger Toms, and it shows how good the Sly Guy and Danger Toms doing on those hard tyres. But is those medium tyres going to start to fall off here? We'll find out that Gurman he is in the DRS detection zone now, so that is exactly what Gurman needs. So he needs to be in the DRS detection zone. He needs to be pulled along here, and Gurman could be a major player then. And now we've got Sloth, who's just got past Troy and moved up into 6th position. Now Sloth is doing a great job here tonight. His strongest race so far. Troy is now down in 7th position, and we've got Chaz in 8th position and Emerson in 9th at the moment. These guys on the medium tyres not going very far too quickly. Gurman is set the fast half of the race, and that lap was pretty impressive there from Gurman. Chaz is now all over the back of Troy as he is on the same strategy as Sly Guy here. Sly Guy, who the hard tyres not falling off too badly at all for Sly Guy, whilst Troy and Liam have really dropped down the order, haven't they there? So it just shows how well Sly Guy is doing of managing those tyres, doing a great job indeed. They're fantastic stuff there. Really good stuff there. And now coming into turn 6 as well. And what he's going to do, he's going to go left, right, and dropping down the inside of Troy. Not quite though. Troy just keeping it on the black stuff, which is what you need to do that. But that has enticed Emerson back into it as well. But Emerson and Chaz at the moment in the lower regions of the points zone, which they don't want to be, do they? So the gap is 1.8 seconds, and it's still enough. And Sly Guy is still holding on then at the moment, and that is exactly what it needs to do. Then Danger Times is still going to be putting pressure on this, because his tires are going to be already a lot younger than Sly Guy, 6 laps younger to be precise. Then, so he will have an opportunity maybe later on in this one as well. We've got a hype train, choo-choo, lovely. Well, we've almost got a hype train, haven't we? Lovely stuff indeed. What about Chazza? He has got DRS. He's also, which we are in the DRS train, and trains seem to be the order today. Then up the outside, up the inside, Chazza goes. Lovely stuff indeed. Up the inside, he has done it, and he is past the number 7 position now. Troy jumped down to 8th position. Hard tires are suffering. Another 3/10 of a second has been taken out between Sly Guy and Danger Times as well. German is there also being pulled along as well, along with Percy. This is going to be a grandstand finish here, just like in 2011 then with Hamilton and Vettel. This is going to be edge of the seat performance, and I absolutely love it. Emerson would like to get past Troy, his former teammate from last season, as quickly as possible here, the double world champion. But I don't think Troy. There's no after you, sir. So they're in different teams now, so don't expect any gentleman agreements from these two drivers. Of course, why would you even? Because it is one and all for one, and unless you're teammates, of course, it does fit the strategy. Back on board with German at the moment there, but look, there they are in front. German is pulling Percy along. He's pulling Sully along as well. The medium tyres are really starting to come into your ascendancy here, but how long can the medium tyres hang on for here? We think they can get to the end of the race, but can they get to the end of the race in a decent fashion, or decent life? And is what is going to be on my mind, surely. Now, I'm not sure about the drivers, because they probably have done their homework, and it is very much oh gosh, I'm losing my voice all of a sudden now. But this is very much going to be a couple. It's going to be the final couple laps, I think, then, where this is really going to be really turning up the heat. That Sloffen, who's had a appalling run by the looks of it, and Chazza has now moved himself up into a great 6th position. Now Chazza on the senses right. Emerson having a look as well, going on the inside, outside, not low side at all. Damage! There's someone's wing gone off there. Is that Troy? I think that's at the Aston Martin there. I'm not sure it was. So they was weaving this way and that way. And we've seen someone's wing come off there. Was it Troy's or was it Emerson's there? And look, Troy is limping. I think he's lost the end plate of that Aston Martin. Troy is limping, wounded. What a shame now for the Aston Martin car. Oh, Troy, who was defending. I think he was watching Emerson, and he got distracted and went to the back of Sloth. Hopefully Sloth hasn't got any damage either. And there's yellow flag then. Is someone's off then. I know. Oh my gosh, it's Percy! Percy is off the track there! What's happened to Percy? He was one of the major players of this Grand Prix, and all of a sudden it's gone majorly wrong for Percy. Oh dear, and he's dropped right down into 10th position as well. Oh my goodness gracious me, the gap at the front is 1.5 seconds, 5 laps to go in this Grand Prix. German is 6/10 of a second away then. Sloth is on the back end now of Chazza. Chazza just got past. He's got a 3-second deficit between himself and Sully at the moment. Carboy is now right behind Epic the Animal. Epic is down in 12th position, and then Williams have gone, who had very good who was looking very strong in the beginning of this race, and it was all of a sudden kind of falling apart slightly, hasn't it, unfortunately. And Slothfair is really struggling, isn't he, at this stage of proceedings. So he's lost another 4/10 seconds in the middle sector to Chasm. The gap is now 1.2 seconds there. Troy is limping, wounded. Crazy Bill is now up into 8th position now, as Troy, unfortunately, is now dropping down the order. Gorman is now 4/10 second button. This is not what Danger Times wants, because Danger Times wants to be looking at Sly Guy. But German is flying here as he's doing a superb job. Then Danger Times is second, with Sly Guy leading this race. Wow, incredible! And then to the Grand Prix. 4 laps to go in this race then. 4 laps to go in this race, and at 1.2, 3/10 of a second, and that is the gap between first and second and third. Into the pits comes Troy, and Troy, who is going to be very disappointed at this end as well. Oh, what a shame! Then he's going to maybe able to throw on the soft tires, get a fastest lap then. But he has done that indeed then. But that's not what Troy wants, is it? And then it's going to be Neil Poir, I think, then in terms of the top 10 anyway. But he might be able to get a point from fastest lap as well. Chaz in the background there, leading that train of cars between Sloth and Emerson as well. But we're focusing on the battle for first, second, and third then. First, second, and third. Danger Times is agonisingly close then to that DRS zone. He's agonisingly close then to the DRS and the Sly Guy. Lap 25. Oh, he's locking up the inside front tyre there. Sly Guy is then, but he is the most important thing is to keep out of that DRS range there for Danger Times, because that is the important thing, I think. And look, Sly Guy is already feeling the need to break the slipstream. But look at this, and you can see the dirty air there off the back of these cars. And oh my goodness me, look, he's coming, you know. Oh my goodness gracious me, 18 laps he's down the medium on the hard tyres and down into the breaking point, and Emerson is all over the back of stuff like Emerson is going up the inside into the hairpin of 14. He's done it. He is up into 6th position. Emerson is and I think that Emerson will be happy with that then. But yes, he's got 8 points out on the board for the Mercedes team. Danger Times in DRS range as well. Look, so there he is, and City Sly Guy is punching in a hole in the air, which is helping Danger Times and Goodman. We've got oh, Troy is off the circuit. Slough has got past, is back past Emerson there. And a good manoeuvre. Well, I would assume it's a good manoeuvre. I go into turn one. It has to be a good manoeuvre to overtake into turn one. Supreme indeed there for Slough. He's back in front of Emerson. He does have a penalty though, doesn't he? Well, so we're now into just on board now with Sly Guy. 5 tenths a second. The gap is on. And Danger Times is now half a second away. And then we've got Gurman, who's half a second away as well. Sly Guy has done 19 laps on the hard tyres. Had that supreme stuff. He elected not to pit. That he's had track position. And now though the drivers have reeled him in. Then 7 tenths of a second there. And Danger Times, this is going to be the first time he's attacking down that very long straight there, going into turn 14. Lovely helicam shot here. Look at this. Ferrari, McLaren, Aston Martin. This is what hyperdrive is all about then. As we come into the final couple laps, we've got 3 more laps to go in the Chinese Grand Prix. Liam is off the circuit now, thinking to that looks like 12 or something like that then. And Sly Guy has had a great run off of turn 14 there, and that is going to be crucial, I think, now, because he might be harvested quite considerably in the on the final, on the other part of that, and so that on the other part of the laps, and so that he could just absolutely push away from the drivers behind him. And 27 out of 28 here in China. Chaz has got a 3-second penalty. Naughty young man indeed. That Sly Guy 3 tenths a second. And once again, lap 27 out of 28. And Dalton has now moved up a couple position. And Slough and Emerson's on an almighty battle here, reminiscent of Jonathan Cox and Emerson back in season 2 of ALR. A couple of several seasons ago. Oh my word, they're getting close. Close, thank goodness me. And wow, and very close indeed. That Emerson is still on the inside, though. He'll have the inside for turn number 6, and he does indeed. They're at the inside track position, and he's away, and a job is a good one. Sly Guy is still in the lead, then he's got the gap is 4 tenths a second. Remember, it was important last time. Into the pits, Epic, Nosey, Liam, Mr. Elite, all in the pits there. Troy's got a fast race, and it's going to be a fast lottery here now, isn't it? Oh gosh, and back on board now with Sly Guy as well. Danger Times there is half a second. That is what it looks like in Formula 1 terms here. The McLaren needs a good run off of turn 14, but Sly Guy is absolutely launching off of that. Incredible. But it's 6 tenths of a second now, and Danger Times didn't pull. Oh look, he's coming, you know. He is coming. There he is. And look, he's coming. I can't get it. It is alongside. He passes. He takes the lead of the Chinese Grand Prix. Danger Times on lap 27 out of 28 takes the lead of the Chinese Grand Prix. Oh, he's got a bit squirrely though. But Danger Times leads, and Sly Guy dropping out the second. He's led most of the Grand Prix, and he was just 1 lap short, wasn't he, of this audacious strategy then, or more maybe the more common strategy then. But he's going for it. He's out looking at turn 1. No, he isn't. He's too far back there. Well, I'll say too far back. He's a 10th of a second back at the moment, isn't he? But Danger Times has got it in. But can he hold on for 1 more lap then? Because Sly Guy is not going to be going to be giving up, is he? Slough and Emerson there have they finished their battle? I don't think they have, to be honest. I think they can go for another 20 laps really. Of course, this is the final lap of the Grand Prix now. What can Gurman do then? Is Gurman going to go for broke and go for that second position there? Gurman has done 15 laps on those medium tires, and those medium tires are going to be past their best, I think. And goodness gracious me, on board now with Danger Times. I don't think about driver of the day, I think. Goodness me, I apologise if I've missed that. On board now then is I've just seen about deployment, and let's get the telemetry on then. Well, it's 22% there. What about Sly Guy? Sly Guy's on 35, so Sly Guy has got the best of the deployment here. He's going to be using all his battery and then some, I think, then out of the follow out of this turn 14 as well. And then now down the back straight on the look at that then the DRS, and he's using deployment. Both drivers using deployment, and he is coming now. But now DRS, and look at this, and he's got DRS, and German's too far back. I think he's going to be in the ballpark. It's 4 tenths a second, 4 tenths a second. I think he's too far back. He is too far back for going for a lunge there. Sly Guy's thinking about the long game here. He's thinking about the championship, I would say, that out of turn 15 then for the last time then, and Danger Times is accelerating away, and he is going to win the Chinese Grand Prix. He does indeed there, and Sly Guy's got a 3-second penalty. German wins the Grand Prix. Danger Times wins the Chinese Grand Prix. German second. Sly Guy in third position. He got a 3-second penalty towards the end, and it's cost him second, I think. Oh my goodness me. Sully in a superb fourth, with Chaz in fifth, and Emerson in sixth position there. Wow, what an incredible end to that Grand Prix there. And Dalton, very close to the points there. 8 tenths a second away. Good recovery drive there from Dalton. He had a very good second stint, Rick Dalton there did. So yeah, hats off to him as well. Unfortunately, we didn't see much of that, did we? What an incredible end that was there. Wow. As that Malks is saying, driver of the day is Danger Times. Well, I would like to hear your opinion for Danger Times. I hope I haven't missed the driver of the day award then, because that'd be quite shameful indeed then. Incredible stuff indeed. German from 11th to 2nd, and that's the driver of the day, to be honest. Very good stuff indeed. Anyway, I guess German does get driver of the day according to the game as well then, but there's Jeff the Slayer also saying that Jeff Slayer is also saying that German has to be driver of the day. And there he is, and Danger Time is going to be overjoyed with this result then, and very much a really good start to the season as well for Danger Times then, as he's had a fourth, and now he's had a first indeed then. He's really good stuff, and he is now spraying the old bubbly indeed then. The Epic is not happy as he's unfortunately had a lot of incidents there in this event here tonight. But let's take a final look at the classification then from the Chinese Grand Prix. Danger Times brilliant Grand Prix win, and that's he's had a fourth and he's now had a first. What a good start into the championship. Really good stuff indeed there. And Danger Times German gets driver today. German second and 11th to second, and superb driving for German, the champion today. Silly Sly Guy in third position. Would be ruined that 3-second penalty towards then, cost him second. Sully in fourth, Chaz in fifth, Emerson sixth, Percy seventh, Sloth eighth, Bill in ninth, Cartboy in 10th position there. Dalton is in 11th position there. Nosy 12th, Troy's fast up in 13th, for Epic 14th, 15th, Mr. Lee, Liam 16th. Retirements Lights, Blaze, Denzo, and then Joe retired then from the Chinese Grand Prix. And I don't think Danger Tom has joined us, but I think that I'm sure that German joined us. German, hello, my good sir. What a race from you tonight. Then you went from 11th on the grid to second there, but you were saying in the comments that you wanted to start 11th today. What was that?
Just because of the hards, and then towards like lap 20, box the softs, but and then obviously the safety car ruined all the strategy, and I just had to kind of improvise.
And my goodness me, you improvised quite well. What if the safety car didn't come out? What was your ambition there?
Yeah, just take the hard tyres to like lap 20 and then just have a lot fresher tyres towards the end of the hard stint anyway, because I was catching, and then that safety car come out and put the mediums on, but I just couldn't get past Danger Times. He was too quick, and my tyres started to drop off towards the end, so I was lacking grip.
You had a bit of an appalling start to the championship in Bahrain a week ago, but goodness me, but you've never had a good race in Bahrain. But my word, that China, you've really come of age as well. You've had some supreme performances out there. How are you feeling going into the new venue, Saudi Arabia, in a week's time?
Not great. I've barely done any laps on it since it came out, so I have to get on with it. But yeah, just good to get Bahrain out the way. I've never really done well there at all, so I think the season starts here, to be honest.
And of course, you are the defending champion. And of course, Sarah, you last season, I think as well, you had a bit of a bumpy start then, but going into you were not looking forward to Saudi Arabia then. So how do you seriously was asked me what techno you play, but we'll talk about that in a minute. How do you kind of prepare for races knowing that you've had a poor season, poor races out before?
Just try and do the best you can in time trial and get used to the track, and then you never really know, to be honest, till you get there. But yeah, just happy to get that track out the way, to be honest.
Really good stuff. Well done indeed. Gurman, superb driving today. From 11th to 2nd there. One out of 2 driver today today, along with Danger Times as well, who's done a supreme job. I think that Danger Times has decided he doesn't want to talk to me, which is very understandable. After that very epic Grand Prix indeed. We had three Grand Prix drivers at the edge of their limit, the edge of their peak, the edge of their performance. And in the end, it was Danger Times who came out on top, with Gurman in second position there, the defending champion, and Sly Guy, who was third then, but he was leading the majority of the way. He's going to be very frustrated, but my goodness me, what a drive today indeed. That right, we'll be that's it for China. What a week we've had here in the Chinese Grand Prix. That Ferrari going to be happy then, of course, with Milan now doing a supreme job in Division 2. That, of course, Harry, my word there, two Grand Prix wins in the last week then here in China. He's going to be over the moon now. But we're going to Saudi Arabia. That is our first of a couple of new venues this season. I mean, all the new venues are coming up in the next 3 or 4 weeks or so. Saudi Arabia tomorrow night then for Division 7. We'll see you at 7:30. Goodbye.